Carriage is the key ingredient. The drivers who have won here read like a who's who in stock car racing. Earnhardt, Irvin, Kenny Schrader, and Mark Martin. Before we get underway, let's check in once again in our Wide World of Sports studio with Robin Roberts.
That was very good, Kyle.
Cool.
That was cool.
It popped up there when you turned over there.
Okay.
As soon as you turned over there, it worked.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's a 2-hour. It's a 2-hour time slot.
Okay. If you would.
All mankind, we thank you for this wonderful, beautiful day and this exciting speedway with all of the people who make this possible. We remember today those in the past who have made this a wonderful sport. We remember those who have kept it that way. And may your blessings abide with us at every turn of the road. Shalom and amen. And now for a very special demonstration from the Golden Knights Jug Club. Here is Corporal Dave Dick.
We talked about me doing the top 10 and Vinny doing the next 10. You bring us to the top 10.
From the early days of flight to the first step on the moon, man has relied extensively upon a small acceleration device known as a parachute. Created initially to save a pilot's life as he jumped from his disabled aircraft, parachuting has evolved through modern aviation technology to accomplish the sport of the space age. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Corporal Dave Dick, originally from Bannerman, North Carolina. I'll be narrating for you a demonstration of precision free-fall parachuting performed by the Gold Demonstration Team. Members of your United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. Right now, 10 members of the Golden Knights are circling high
I got you. Okay. Okay.
They'll be circling around and coming in for an inbound high. All the jumpers have received their final gear check. All the jumpers have moved to the rear of the aircraft.
Is a race car.
The jumpers are out and the smoke is on. We now have
And an Ed's at this. Yahoo!
120 miles an hour. Their arms, legs, shoulders, and hands. That's just like
See, the elevator's coming up.
I was going to say, is the field shaking or is it just me?
Nelson?
This is incredible.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the high-flying black and gold
Yeah.
United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights.
Good commercial. Good.
As the jumpers make their way back to the target area, it is our honor to be
Oh, there they
flying
are.
today's national color.
Oh, yeah.
A slew of them.
When you said that far apart, you're off camera right then?
Okay, just inches apart. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ray. See, Mike, if you had a decent director, he'd tell us when he was off camera, wouldn't he? Come on,
I
Mike.
might just say you're just going to stay off camera. All right. Okay.
Man. Come on. Yes.
Proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright
Well,
stars
shoot him.
through the
We got a camera down there pointing at him, don't we?
I can't see that far. Who?
His name is Nor. Yeah.
Well, Daryl.
He looks like Randy Travis.
Yeah, he does.
The bombs bursting in
This is the Army.
gave proof through the night that our flag was
The Black Knights, I guess. Is
You know when he holds his finger up, what that's called? It's called the Willie Bird.
Hey, I want to tell you something. He's 4 years old. He's this tall.
Wow.
I said, man, that's bad.
As our jumpers make their way into the front
There's
area,
a slew of them, isn't there?
Well, they are.
Our jumpers proudly flying in the dare flag, reminding kids to stay in school and stay off the
Yeah,
road.
I'll land on that.
Reminding all of our
I don't think so.
never forget them and never stop looking. And proudly, your Alabama State
did.
flag.
Good morning. Enjoying this pre-race show at Talladega, 1998. Dad's first race as crew chief with the number 33,
What's that X flag?
according to my notes. And he texted me this week. He thinks this is the first race he was crew chief at.
After this message and a word from our ABC stations.
For the base
Okay.
Motorsports in 98. And
There's a cart 12 after this from our ABC station. That's cart 12. Okay.
Oh, he has video cam.
Oh, okay.
Check that out, huh?
That's pretty cool, man. Kenseth didn't make the Winston Cup race.
No, we did not.
Yeah.
Did you hear my comment to Geoff Burton yesterday? We were talking about on the air. We're talking about qualifying. He said, "I said, Geoff, everybody's telling me that these cars will qualify, won't qualify, but they'll race. It's sort of like the guy who books your blind date saying, yeah, but she can cook."
That's good.
Joni got on me about that a little bit.
That's what happened with all the provisionals and stuff. All the Roush cars took them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, the 26, the 16, the 6.
Yep.
There's 7 provisionals. They took 3 of them.
That's right.
You know, I mean, and they're all in the top 10 in points. You just don't think, you don't count on those people taking
Spots.
that many of them at one time, I guess, unless there's a wreck.
Now, the 97 car ended up about
good morning. I'm in the
34,
chat
35.
taking
Yeah.
my morning
Bob, you have a starting
medicines
lineup
and
in Baltimore.
everything.
Hasn't come in yet.
Welcome,
Okay.
welcome.
That's a T-Bird.
He's a Thunderbird. Yeah, he and the 77 cars is a Thunderbird.
So was Standridge.
Yeah, Standards was. Yeah, I guess I just expected from the Roush crowd that they, you know, at Daytona they used the excuse he's running a Thunderbird because we didn't have time to build a Taurus. They still got the Thunderbird here.
Checking everything works. Let me bring up my
They still got the
camera
deck
real
lid on that
quick.
car, 97, that they made them switch here last year. It hasn't been painted to match the rest of the car.
Yeah.
Still there. I'm sure they've got to have a lot of work to do.
Hey, wow, it worked. Hello. Hello. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Oh my God. I fell asleep
I signed some
early
tickets
last night trying to
Tickets
watch
for
races.
$60.
Lots going on.
Yeah.
All kind of catching up with me exhaustion-wise, but
Yeah.
we'll do
You know
this.
what I mean? I mean,
We'll sleep when we're
Those
dead,
new seats you
right?
put in down there.
I shall. Hi,
175.
puppy. You gotta go
Saturday,
potty
Sunday.
now. I just checked on you and you were sleeping.
That's for both days.
Now you gotta go
Be
potty.
cheaper to buy a Winston Cup license.
I'll walk my puppy and do all those things, and I'll be back in time for the race. But enjoy the pre-race show.
Stand by for news.
That's-
Hendrick. Well, today his eyes are fixed on speeding toward a third Busch Series title. 1998 has been the year of the youngster. 26-year-old Wisconsin native Matt Kenseth, already the apple of some owners' eyes, plans to prove his super speedway prowess today. But it's the name Earnhardt that has once again captured everyone's attention. No, not the 7-time Winston Cup champ, but his 23-year-old son Dale Jr., who, like his father and grandfather, turns heads and laps so fast he finds himself atop the standings. Motorsports continue our 50th anniversary salute to NASCAR with today's coverage of the Busch Grand National Series Touchstone Energy 300 from Talladega Super Speedway in Alabama. After 8 events on the 31-race schedule, rookie Dale Earnhardt Jr. finds himself atop the series standings with a scant 31-point edge over another youngster, Matt Kenseth, with seasoned veterans Elliott Sadler, Mike McLaughlin, and reigning series champion Randy LaJoie rounding out the top 5. 48 cars attempted to qualify, but from the first lap of practice, there was never any question as to who would lead the field from the pole. With more, here's Jack Arute.
Jerry, they call him Front Row Joe because of his penchant for qualifying his cars on the front row. Now, Joe Nemechek is already a winner in the Busch Grand National Trail this year, winning at the Super Speedway in Daytona. But thus far, this will be his 3rd consecutive Talladega start from the front row, but he's yet to convert it to a trip to victory lane. In 1988, Magic Shoes Mike McLaughlin out of Waterloo, New York, won NASCAR's National Modified Driving title. He took that under his arm and went Busch Grand National racing. McLaughlin is already qualified on a pole at Daytona. He's also already won on a familiar half-mile in Nashville. Buckshot Jones got his nickname from his granddad when he was a youngster. His grandfather said, "You've got a head just as tough as Buckshot." And Jones has taken that toughness Busch Grand National racing. He's a former winner back in Milwaukee, Wisconsin 2 years ago. The number he carries on his car, appropriately, 00. Normally, when you take the family car out on a Friday or a Saturday, it's to go on a hot date or to a movie. For young Dale Earnhardt, as the command to fire engines begins, it means that he's going to take a trip around a speedway at speeds close to 200 miles an hour. Earnhardt makes his 18th career start today, but he's already won. That coming in his 16th start at Texas. Now, what do these 4 guys have in common? They've enjoyed the adulation and the attention of qualifying up front. For them, this week at Talladega's been a dream. For others, Bill Weber, it's been a nightmare.
Absolutely, Jack. The green flag hasn't fallen here yet, but this race has already begun. In fact, it started on Thursday, and this bunch is already behind. It's been a season of no joy for Randy LaJoie. No wins, no seconds, no thirds, no poles, no laps led. But he's 5th as points and was 5th at Daytona. Right now, he's 23rd. Geoff Purvis was 3rd here Thursday afternoon, but tied for last Friday morning after his shocks failed post-qualifying inspection. He'll start 26th. Elliott Sadler's speed would put him 17th in the field, but it came a day late because he exploded a rear end here Thursday on his warm-up lap and never posted a time. It cost him 10 precious starting positions. Mark Martin is the all-time leader in Busch victories. He was just flat slow Thursday, and today rolls off way back in 34th. You can win from back here, but the deepest any previous winner has ever started in this race is 23rd. Mark did it last year. LaJoie, Purvis, Sadler, Martin, 4 talented drivers capable of getting to the front. It's not where you start in racing, it's where you finish. Nowhere is that truer than Talladega, where the challenge is not only getting to the front, it's staying there. Now for more on today's race, to the booth with Dr. Jerry Punch, Benny Parsons, and Kyle Petty.
Hello, everyone. So glad to have you with us. I'm Jerry Punch, along with our 2 expert analysts, Benny Parsons and Kyle Petty. And gentlemen, this racetrack, so massive with wide sweeping turns, I've been told by drivers that it may be the easiest track to drive, yet one of the most treacherous to race on. What are they referring to?
Because they're racing, there's no way to get away from another car. They're racing at 190 miles per hour and just that far apart, nose to tail and side by side. Kyle, you really have to depend on your fellow driver at Talladega.
Yeah, you do. Physically, it's the easiest place in the world. Turn left, stand on the gas, you do it all day long until you make a pit stop. Mentally, very taxing, very demanding. You're running, like you say, an inch and a half off somebody's bumper at 185, 190 miles an hour, and chances are that guy in front of you has 0 experience. You're going off into a hole behind somebody that's never been there before. So let me tell you, there's a lot of trust that's going to go on out there today.
According to my text from Dad this week, this race is his first race with the 33 this season.
As the field of 43 rolls off, before we get underway, let's check in back in our Wide World of Sports studio in New York with host Robin Roberts.
It's kind of cool, these still shots here. It showed the airport there on the backstretch. Well, beyond the backstretch, you know. I've flown in there one time in a little jet, in the King Air 7-seater. I don't know if Signature flew in there or not. I imagine they did. If Signature did, I'd be there. But some of these races, they didn't fly as much as the Vanna drive to something this close. From Mooresville, I mean. Or Charlotte, it's better to explain it that way. Alright, it looks like the pace car's hitting and getting.
The Touchstone Energy 300 on ABC Sports. Brought to you by the more than 1,900 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. Suzuki, makers of fine motorcycles and ATVs. And Valvoline, the #1 choice of ASE certified mechanics. People who know use Valvoline.
Welcome back to Talladega Super Speedway in Talladega, Alabama, the 9th annual Touchstone Energy 300. Our race analysis, it is 300 miles long, 113 laps of field separation, just 5.3 miles an hour. The pit window, that's important, 50 to 55 laps. If you can go 56 or 57 laps, that's halfway. You maybe can make it on one stop. Our track description is the largest in all of NASCAR, 2.66 miles around this tri-oval. The front stretch, 4,300 feet long. The back straightaway, 4,000 feet. That is a straight shot. The corners banked at 4 stories high, 33 degrees. The tri-oval, 18 degrees. The backstretch almost flat at just 2 degrees. Our Suzuki starting grid shows you that front row Joe Nemechek for the 3rd consecutive year is on the pole, flanked by the man they call Magic Shoes, Mike McLaughlin, a former modified champion. Back in row 2, a couple of youngsters. Dale Earnhardt Jr., he is the point leader, not a rookie, but only run about a dozen races or so in this series at 23 years of age. Back in row 3, Hermie Sadler turned 29 years of age yesterday. Maybe it's an omen for the former Rookie of the Year to get his first win in 1998. Some impressive drivers, a lot of young guys starting up front, including Dave Blaney and the former 2-time series champion Larry Pearson, Kyle Petty and Benny Parsons. A lot of youth in this series, and a lot of guys starting toward the front with very minimal experience here.
We just saw Tony Stewart, the IRL champion, here in the NASCAR Busch Series race. David Green taking a day off from practice over in Winston Cup. He's going to run the Busch race. Almost ready to go down the backstretch, as Jerry said. 4,000 feet. When you come off turn 2 and look towards turn 3 count, it looks like it's about 6 inches wide.
It's about 6 inches wide, and it gets to be about 3 inches wide when you get there. You feel like, it's like you take people around this racetrack that have never been there, and they say, how do you guys run at that wall down there? It looks like there is no turn there. And all of a sudden you get there, and you're on the bank, and you're coming back down the front stretch.
And right now we're seeing these cars at 60, 70 miles per hour. We'll be seeing them at 190 miles per hour. And trust me, folks, we'll see them 4 abreast before the day is over.
The car you saw a moment ago, Geoff Purvis, starts back in the middle of the field. He was the 2nd fastest car in qualifying in first day, but was disallowed because of a rules infraction. He starts back in the middle of the pack. Look for him to make a run early toward the front.
And Kevin Swantz missed a driver's meeting. He will have to start at the very end of the field today. Jason Keller, Dale back there. Dale Fishline. Sometimes crew chief, sometimes...
My dad will be working with this 33 Kleenex car at this race.
Starting back in 34th position. He won this race a year ago from back in 23rd, but he has got a long way to go and just 300 miles to get there. And some guys have a long way to go home. I told you there were 48 cars here to qualify. Here are the guys or girls who missed the field. Patty Moise did not qualify. Doug Reed, Rick Wilson, Mark Day, and veteran Robert Presley.
Wow, Presley not making Daytona is big.
Cars are getting ready for
He probably got his butt chewed.
We'll be riding along with 5 different drivers today. 5 different onboard cameras, including our pole sitter, Joe Nemechek, as they come down for Carl Simmons to wave the green flag to start the Touchstone Energy 300. plate here, Benny Parsons, and it takes about a lap and a half, maybe even 2, to even come near the top speed.
Really, truly, folks, it takes 5 miles to get these cars up to full song. So all trying to figure out where is the best place for me to go. There they are. Didn't take them long to get 4 abreast. A Sterling Marlin, the 1 car, diving to the inside.
Up front, they are side by side. Nemechek and McLaughlin, just like they qualified. Nemechek will try to lead the first lap. He has the Pontiac of 00 Buckshot right behind him. McLaughlin sort of in the catbird seat in the middle as they go 20 wide and turn left.
Sadler dove down to the inside, picks the spots away. There they are, 3 abreast coming off the corner. And Kyle, that's when you have to depend on that guy on the inside not to come up.
You've got to depend on the guy in front of you, or on the outside of you, not to come up, and vice versa. Everybody's counting on the guy next to him, and you can't, you know, at 190 miles an hour, you don't just look left and look right. You've got to feel it, and that's where the inexperience seems to get some of these guys in trouble sometimes. They don't have a feel for where the cars are at around them.
The car number 2 making a move early. That is the 2-time national champion, Larry Pearson, the son, of course, the veteran David Pearson. He qualified back in 8th position in the New Holland Chevrolet. His first ever ride driving for Ricky Craven, and he's already gained 4 spots in 2 laps.
Man, folks, how would you like to be in the middle? I would not like to. Kyle, how do you do that? I would not like to be in the middle of that.
You don't want to be in the middle. It's okay to be on the outside, and it's okay to be on the inside. But the middle, you really don't know. And the thing is, you're trying to feel the cars to your left and to your right, and trying to look in the mirror and look ahead all at the same time. And believe me, God didn't put enough eyes on race car drivers' heads to be able to do all this stuff at one time.
Riding along with Geoff Purvis in the Lance Chevrolet. He's the guy I told you that started 26. He hasn't been able to move up because of the comments you heard Kyle and Vinny making about traffic. 2 and 3 wide.
You can see him give a little hand signal there. A lot of times when traffic's this tight, you just throw your hand up so the guy stays off your bumper just a few inches. All you need is a foot and a half to be into that comfort zone.
The black car on the inside, the 17, Matt Kenseth to the inside, takes a spot away. We're right along with Matt Kenseth, as a matter of fact, off turn 2.
That's one of the impressive youngsters we talked about, the youth movement in NASCAR Busch Series racing, second in the point standings. Already a winner this year at Rockingham, North Carolina.
The last lap was 188 mile-per-hour average. There's Joe Bessie, Kevin LePage. Kevin LePage, the blue and red car on the outside. Joe Bessie, the dark car on the inside.
Car that started up front but has moved his way to the back very early on must have a problem. That is Dave Blaney. What is it, Jackaroo?
Jerry, actually, it's the problem that you talked about, getting the car wound up. It does take about 5 miles to bring these cars, as you say, to full song. For Dave Blaney, it's taken about 6 to 8 miles. The team says there's nothing wrong with the car. Blaney just was a little slow coming up to speed.
Well, there are 13 drivers who have never been to Talladega, and that's one of them. He's a great race car driver, former World of Outlaws national champion, but inexperience in getting the car up to speed cost him some valuable spots on the racetrack. In the early laps at Talladega Superspeedway, our pole sitter Joe Nemechek, front row Joe, leads the way. 4 laps are complete.
I saw Spencer up on the outside down the corner a while ago in the shot.
Yeah, he's got more troubles than just...
Doing a great job, Joe. Doing a great job.
That good job, Joe, just sounded like Papa Nemechek, I mean.
Yeah.
My heavens.
Oh, my goodness.
Is that bad, Kyle?
Yeah, worse than that. It's worse than that.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Right up in front of David Green, Kevin Swan,
Oh my God. I was putting my microphone and, well, my headset on. I'm clogged up. I'm out here snotting like an old person. God almighty. But I'm in the chat. I'll be on the screen shortly.
Set that up and
again.
Ask Weber if he got any.
What the heck happened there? I hope that
Do I? No, I should.
it looked like Tim got through there okay. Let me fast forward because they're not talking.
What happened? Back at Talladega Super Speedway, situated right in the middle of the Talladega National Forest. Joe Nemechek, the leader, as the field's in the tri-oval. And
trouble! 89 car. Stan Barrett.
Wow, that Kleenex car snuck through by the skin of his teeth. He's just lucky.
Yellow cars involved. Heavy damage to these cars.
Lots of cars in there. Look like the 44.
Today coming out here on lap number 6. If we can show you what happened.
Ever see the Stanton Barrett car? The white car goes down, tags the 66 of Sadler. Now
Somebody tagged him up top
right in front of David
before
Green.
the white car ever
Goes up,
spun.
hits the outside retaining wall. Now Green's going to come off the racetrack, and other cars trying to make the evasive moves. Oh, he drives right in the side of the yellow car of Santerre.
Wow.
Wow. Once again, caution on lap number 6. Those cars
Right in front of the pit road where we're all watching that going, oh, shit.
Never see the cars, never see Stanton Barrett. Stanton Barrett comes up
Because, you know,
tagged
wrecks close to pit road are no fun for the crew members.
Stan tried to come up into a hole that wasn't there, and that's just not being able to feel where the cars are sometimes. Then you can see the cars go up the racetrack, down the racetrack, back up the racetrack again. Few drivers did an incredible job. Santerre did an incredible job. Just got caught.
Jesus, Santerre, too. He has got the worst luck. Someone to come down from New England and be a superstar up there.
Standing by with one of the drivers involved in this melee. Jack?
Crazy.
David Green, sometimes you just can't stay out of a wreck. Describe what the feeling was when you looked in the windshield and it was filled with cars.
Well, first thing, our craft car was pretty good. I knew starting on the inside was not a good place to be, and couldn't get up, and as you know, the outside lane's the place to be. You know, I had a deal with Elliott and Randy LaJoie. We all stuck together, and the inside lane couldn't get nowhere, and boy, everybody kept coming on the outside. Somebody turned to 89, and he come across the track and got Elliott, and when Elliott's out of control, he ain't nowhere to go, and I found him. So pretty hard hit, but you know, I want to thank Kraft people and all those folks. We had a great car, but you know, you got to make it through the first 5 or 10 laps, and here at Talladega, just got to use that old head, and today it didn't happen.
Sometimes it's a survival game. He didn't survive today. Let's go to Bill Weber.
Well, when Elliott Sadler failed to qualify in first round, your biggest concern was getting through the early wreck, and you didn't make it. What happened?
I don't know. The 89 was beside me, and he tried to go up a groove, and somebody was there, and it turned him sideways and right into us. And I saw it happening. I tried to pull down, but just couldn't do it enough. And when you qualify back there with people with inexperience on these speedways, you know, this stuff's going to happen. And it did it to us at Daytona, and it did it to us again here at Talladega. These speedway tracks are going to kill us. It's just Baba Phillips 66 in this points race we're trying to do, and hopefully fix it and try to get back here and make as many laps we can.
Okay, Elliott Sadler will go and try and fix the car and get back out for points, but very disappointed. You can win from the back, but you have to get through the early cautions. He did not make it.
All right, the cleanup continues on the front straightaway. The 92 car, that is the car of David Green. There's the Elliott Sadler machine, or what's left of his Chevrolet. So we show you again what happened here on lap number 6.
Cal, we talked about just inexperienced. Stanton Barrett couldn't feel that car. Look at that hood up in the air.
Look how this is a back glass or a windshield over here. I mean, there's pieces that just go everywhere, you know, and it's hard to. There's nothing you can control here, but this is inexperience. He doesn't feel the 35 car. He cuts up on Linden. It's just a little bit of a tack. Comes down and collects Elliott Sadler. Elliott Sadler's got no way to see how he goes back up the racetrack and just begins to just pick up cars. I mean, it's an amazing job that these other drivers do. Santerre cruising along, trying to avoid it, comes back across and gets hit in the side. It's just one of those deals. There's no place to go. It's every man for himself.
All right, let's show you the cars that are involved in this 6-lap melee. Elliott Sadler, David Green, Andy Santerre, Jason Jarrett, the former Grand Prix motorcycle world champion Kevin Swantz, and Stanton Barrett. Those 6 cars heavily involved and heavily damaged. Back with more coverage from Talladega Super Speedway in a moment.
Yeah, you talk. He swerves. He comes down, comes back, and almost gets Lynn in the 50.
But it took him a whole 7 laps.
Yeah.
The last cars are in turn 4.
So once again, the traffic is Pennzoil, Copter Cam, Kentucky Derby, then while we're under caution with the replay. And then do we have a graph
of Andy Santerre and
leader with Buckshot Jones.
Just as a green flag. Killer. David Green's involved in 92. The 88 car of Kevin Swantz, 47 of Andy Santerre, and as we get ready to go back to green flag.
Let's give a call to the car number 12 out there, Jimmy Spencer, who started back in 25th position, and he is currently running in 7th spot. And folks, he did that in 6 laps of green flag action. Let's check in quickly with Jackaroo.
Well, Jerry, let's update you on Dave Blaney's problems. They persist. It's not just getting the car wound up. Now the car is running flat. They've been on pit road twice. They've tried to troubleshoot the problem. They still don't know what's wrong.
Tough break for the former World of Outlaws champion, but Joe Nemechek, front row Joe, right where he started at the point. He has led every single lap thus far. Lap 14 after 7 under the yellow flag.
And Kevin LePage could not get up to speed. Something happened to the 40 car just as the green flag waves. There he is on the bottom of the racetrack. Man. And the engine obviously is not running.
Well, he was in 9th position on the restart. And you see him trying to come up to speed, single file.
Joe Nemechek looks back at Buckshot Jones.
You know, at the start of the race, we were seeing 3 and 4 wide. Anytime after a caution you have single file restarts, that goes away a little bit. They're a lot safer. I think drivers like to have an early caution. They don't want to see anybody get hurt, but they like to have that early caution to get that 3 and 4 wide racing out of the way so that they can go back to single file.
It is Chevrolet, Pontiac, and Chevrolet. That order in the top 5 as Nemechek is our leader with Buckshot Jones in 2nd spot. Jackaroo, what's the problem with the car number 40 of Kevin LePage?
You got to have gas and you got to have power for Kevin LePage. The connector, the rod, the linkage that connects the gas pedal to the carburetor, it's got a problem. They think it literally may have sheared off. He's got a definite problem, guys. He'll be on pit road.
The question is, can he make it back to the pits? If he does, he's barely moving back there. This may indeed bring out a yellow flag as his car has almost come to a halt down that middle portion of the 4,000-foot back stretch.
Yeah, I really don't think there's a turnoff over there. This will have to bring out caution.
And it is. Caution is waving now.
The concern is the field coming at him at 190 miles an hour, him sitting still. He would be a sitting duck back there, even though he's on the apron. And this track is 48 feet wide with a 12-foot apron.
Good idea.
Okay. All right. Oh, that was the best Derby promo ever done. All right.
What's that car going on the back for? Oh, that's a pace car.
Okay. So it's Pennzoil Copter Cam, Derby promo, and then while we're under caution. Okay. Gotcha. And the restart will be this restart, correct?
By Andy Santerre at 47. Jason Jarrett also involved.
Let's go down to Bill Weber, who's standing by with one of the drivers involved.
And Jason Jarrett has some wild memories of his first visit to Talladega. Could you see anything?
Not at all. When you're back there that far in a 40-car draft, you know, I was on the brakes as hard as I could get. The spotter told me where I needed to go, and I just, you know, you're slowing down as hard as you can, and you just can't miss it. You're going so fast, and it's unfortunate it has to happen that early in the race. You know, I can understand for the win or something like that, but that early in the race, I was just trying to bide my time and get some drafting experience for my first time here, and get some exposure for Mac Tools, Fleetwood RVs, and Coca-Cola, but it just didn't work out today.
Okay, his day's a little short. We're back to green.
All right, front row Joe picking up where he left off when he waved the green flag. He has led every single lap of this race thus far. Nemechek the leader. The double O of Buckshot Jones. Then Dale Earnhardt Jr. back in third spot.
Tony Stewart is back in fourth spot as he tries to close in on Dale Earnhardt in the 3. Joe Nemechek probably leading this group about as fast as they want to go.
Up front it is Chevrolet, Pontiac, and then about a 6-car length separation back to Dick Trickle and another Chevrolet. He is the 5th place car.
Jimmy Spencer's moved up to the 6th spot. And folks, that's him right behind Dick Trickle. Spencer started in 25th, is now running in 6th spot.
Remarkable. He had gained most of those positions in the first 6 laps prior to that caution flag you saw. There's a look at Dick Trickle's move toward the front. Driving the Snyder National Chevrolet for Dennis Shoemaker. Back up front, Joe Nemechek holding off a group of cars. Now 8 of them in the draft up front. We check in with Jack Arute in the pits.
Well, Jerry, Dave Blaney's problems continue. It is a misfire on the car. The car is running flat. They've been in and out of pit road several times, checking spark plug wires. They had the same problem yesterday in practice when they changed the carburetor. Speaking of carburetors, Devin LePage had a problem when he tried to restart his car. The linkage from the gas pedal to the front of the carburetor, it actually snapped. The bolt backed off. They've been on pit road now for several laps trying to make the change, put a lock nut on it, and send LePage back on his way.
Scramble back in the pack as cars go too wide. They have been somewhat settled down. Mark Green, the car number 37, leading this group.
Matt Huddle, the yellow car down on the inside. A rookie here in the NASCAR Busch Series race. Mike Dillon, Detroit gasket car, tries to work his way to the front.
That's Ed Barrier in car number 77, our most recent winner in Busch competition at Hickory Speedway, getting his first Busch win in his 208th career start. And they spread it out up front. Nemechek's the leader, but they're deciding spots back to the pack.
And we see Trickle down on the inside trying to work his way Earnhardt, and Jimmy Spencer is trying to follow. And Trickle blows by the 00 of Buckshot. And here comes Spencer. Trickle is up to 2nd spot.
Dick Trickle in the car number 64. And you're looking back at the car number 12 of Jimmy Spencer. Just a few feet apart at 190 miles an hour. Now Dick Trickle's car number 64 looks beneath Nemechek for the lead.
And Dick Trickle starts 16th, takes the lead, and here comes Spencer, started back at 25th. Kyle, I think this qualifying is way overrated.
That's the best part about Talladega is all you've got to do is be in the field to be able to run up front. We've seen how Jimmy Spencer's come from the back of the pack to run 2nd right now, and he's actually pushed Dick Trickle to the lead. Trickle was just there. Jimmy's fast enough that he can push him along. Inside line's a fast line, outside line's a fast line. While all this was happening, they had broken away from the next pack with Ron Barfield in the 2 car. And some of those guys, these guys are right up there running 5th or 6th right now. That's how quick the 2nd pack can catch up. So the draft's critical at a place like this.
Boy, indeed, you saw Joe Nemechek hung out to dry on the high line, and they're still trying to go by. And look at the vibrations in these cars.
I mean, I can't believe just what a rough ride it is. Some of the drivers were telling me down there that they're going to use mouthpieces. They're going to put plastic in their mouth so they don't chip their teeth. It's so rough in that car.
Let's check in with Jack.
Well, Jerry, as Benny Parsons said, they've not only looking at putting mouthpieces, Joe Nemechek is using a mouthpiece today. He said the rattling and the shaking, the vibration, not only gets to your kidneys, but as they say in the old way, it'll shake your teeth out. As you ride along with Joe Nemechek, you know that this is not for the physically faint of heart. Around Talladega for 300 miles, it can knock a few molars out. He's got the mouthpiece, though, today.
The reason these cars are riding so much rougher than what they used to is...
big crash!
One car gets turned sideways. The tri-oval Hermie Sadler is involved at 93, and Dave Blaney.
Oh my God, that was violent.
There's no one spinning down the bottom.
One car airborne against the catch.
Oh my God, they still crashing in the middle. Brakes. What the flip, guys? Who's that guy right there?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. also involved, has some damage.
Who's that guy that just came ARCA breaking through?
Here on lap number 23.
Looks like a veteran.
Dave Blaney climbs out of his car and be careful, Dave.
Let's see if we can see what happened as there was contact right in the tri-oval.
The contact I'm talking about, so late contact.
And there we see
Dale Jr. got in the back of him.
And blam, he turns over and hits
Oh,
the
that was a
wall
bad hit.
with the roof of the car, it looked like.
I think what they did, they ran up on Blaney. It looked like they ran up on Blaney, and somebody checked up, and Earnhardt Jr. got in the back of. You got to see it right
Hermie
here.
Sadler's car number 29 there.
If you see Hermie Sadler, the 29 car, here's Blaney to the inside. They're just about, the yellow car's right here, just about getting to even with him. And as you can see right here, as he goes by, the 3 car turns Hermie Sadler, which turns Hermie Sadler into the 93, sends him
Sadler
back across the
hit
racetrack. It's just, you're so close, such close quarters that
But
as
this,
they race right there, somebody checks
now
up
this.
just a little bit to give somebody a little bit of room. There's no
Way
place to go.
later, da-da-da-da-da, all these guys coming through.
Let's take a look from our own.
They're going to smack into someone again. I don't know who it was, but it was their fault. You know, this guy's spinning for a lifetime down here, and then all of a sudden he's just la-di-da, and then what? Bam, somebody gonna come. Or maybe it wasn't him, but somebody came in there like 5 seconds later.
Great job right there.
He did a terrific
called
job
lucky.
getting through that crash.
There's a different angle looking back up toward the
Just tucking your tail and hanging on and hoping no one gets in your line.
That's Blaney's car on its roof right against the catch fence and did its job and shoved him back onto the racetrack as we check in down in the pits with Jack Arute.
Jerry, you would think if
That's
you were on
the
your
one
roof
right
and
up
you were
in
on
there.
fire like Dave Blaney was,
Whatever
that you
that
might have
was.
other things to think
That
about
was dumb.
than having the wherewithal to radio to your crew. But that's what Dave Blaney did. You know what he radioed? He said, I'm on fire. I'm pulling the onboard fire extinguisher. That thoroughly amazes me that while all hell is breaking loose, Blaney had the wherewithal to put the fire out.
Well, once again, here are some of the cars involved. Brad Loney's car number 96, the 77 car of Ed Barrier. The car number 4 of Purvis, the points leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. involved.
Might have been
Hermie Sadler's
Loney
car number 29, the 37 of Mark Green. Those cars involved here on lap
He's
number
got
23.
the flattest nose.
A second melee in the tri-oval. Heavy impact, high speed. On the high banks means high risk. We've got it here in the early laps at Talladega. 24.
Mean satellite feed. Unedited. Like all of my stuff.
I think they checked up
I
when
ain't
they
got
got
time
to
to edit.
that the 29 did, and Dale Jr. just
Old
turned.
news.
Because Blaney was down here, and he got turned like this.
Yeah, yeah.
It's one of those railroad.
Do 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 do. Getting that out of the way.
87.
Finally got the right shot combination. We'll have to do all that.
Green flag at 1 o'clock Eastern.
We come up on a lap car there.
I'll play the cup next.
We go over to ABC Sports for our live flag-to-flag coverage of the 29th running of the Die Hard 500. Bobby Labonte and Dale Earnhardt on the front row will lead him down 43 strong to the green flag at 1 o'clock Eastern time on ABC. But the action started early today, back on lap 23. This caution flag involving 7 cars.
That was Dave Blaney we saw in the outside retaining wall hard. That's Dale Earnhardt Jr. The 3 car sliding down with damage to the right front. Here's another shot. There's Blaney. Bam,
Okay,
that
boom.
outside wall. As he goes
Then we're
down
gonna
the
watch
blocks
all
the
these
racetrack.
guys. Watch,
Blake,
look at
just
coming
no
through
place for
like
some of these
bats out of
guys to
hell.
go.
We're gonna gain something here.
Here are the cars
I
involved
saw
in the
2
crash,
ARCA
7
brake
of them. Green,
situations.
Loney,
One hit the
Barrier,
wall,
Dave Blaney, Jeff
and
Purvis,
one
Hermie
was,
Sadler, and the point leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
hit
So
somebody
four
who
of the
was
top 10 cars coming into this event, and the
down
points are
bottom.
already in the garage being worked on as we check in with Jack Arute.
Well, Jerry, only 4 cars have not made pit stops, and it's fairly evident that they're going to try and make it a one-stop race. The magic number for those
If you're on
4
the highway
cars
driving
will
and
be
you
lap
see a wreck,
58.
everybody
All 4
brakes
say
except
that
for
if they
on
can
a
make it there,
racetrack.
they can make this a one-stop
They say, ooh,
event.
go faster. It's draft racing. You're going to catch up later.
Restart lap 32, third caution of the
just
day,
like,
lasted 8
I don't
laps
know.
as Dick Trickle leads him down to turn 1.
This level, you shouldn't be making those decisions, in my opinion.
The 4 car involved in the
And that's
action.
like a belly
Jeff Purvis,
button.
the
Everyone got
NASCAR.
one.
He's a couple of laps down.
As the field comes up to speed down the backstretch, we told you the points leader is in the garage area standing by with Bill Weber.
A conversation we didn't want to have. What happened from your point of view, Dale?
Well, we come up on a lap car there through travel and a couple cars. I seen the car, 2 cars in front of me kind of bobbled around. Everybody had to check up. You get a run off that corner and get sucked up nose to tail. There ain't much room to be checking up. So it's a bad race to Delco with Chevrolet. We ain't gonna have the points leaving this racetrack, but I know we'll get it back.
That's Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's headed back to the garage. And what they want to do is try and get out and get at least 1 more lap so he can possibly pass those cars that also fell out in the same wreck he did and pick up those points.
Well, he sounds like his father, Dale Sr., looks frustrated like he would be if he were out of a race early on. They scramble 3 wide, make it 4 wide down the backstretch.
Hi guys, I'm here. I'm just taking my morning medicine
Right
out.
along with Jeff Purvis, a couple of laps down. Never seen Nemechek on the inside. On the very bottom, he made a pit stop. He's trying to work his way back to the front.
And Kyle, now is when a driver begins to worry a little bit. You're back in all that traffic and you're on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, the advantage right now is we've had a couple of cautions, and it's been bad for a lot of people, but it's good for the guys that are still out there. There's 2 fewer cars on the racetrack. These guys can be a little bit braver. They can be a little bit gutsier. They don't have to worry as much because the guys that are out there now, they're going to be settled down. They're going to be ready to race, and they're going to fall in line.
I was texting with Dad this week about his 98 season with Tim Fedor, and this would be his first race with Tim Fedor as crew chief at base.
He's now being shown up in the 6th position. We're talking about
I don't
LaJoy.
think they got in either of those wrecks. That would be the same team as Randy LaJoy. Randy drives the Fina car. My dad would be working on the Kleenex car. Randy LaJoy's crew chief is Steve Bird, who is one of our lifelong friends, and he will occasionally be going to coffee when we have coffee with the racers and things like that. I've got a photo of that.
What was a Chevrolet Monte Carlo now looks sort of like a compact car or a subcompact. He is 3rd in the points, trying to get a few more laps in to get those valuable points.
But he has been black flagged by NASCAR. But all he's doing is trying to pick up a couple of laps.
Also black flag the 89 car, and that's really good today to get the lap cars out of the way. At these speeds, you need slow cars to be off the racetrack.
Looking back from Dick Trickle's Snyder Chevrolet leading the race. Back on Jimmy Spencer's car. We check in the 5th with Bill Weber.
With Dave Blaney, who has come out of the care unit, you're okay. Oh, yeah, just fine. Can you remember what happened? Can you walk us through it?
Oh, I just, you know, we had motor trouble right from the start. It wouldn't get up to speed. We worked on it a little bit, and we just actually wanted to wait till we got lapped before we came in and change the carburetor, try anything. But I don't know. I just trying to get out of the way and let him go, and somebody got in the back of me, and off it went.
A wild ride. Do you recall it?
Oh, yeah, but it's just like a sprint car crash. You close your eyes through those too, so you don't really see it.
Okay, that's Dave Blaney. His car is badly damaged, but he's able to smile. Finished for the day here at Talladega.
Well, what a wild ride he took. The car got up on its side and went against the catch fence roof first.
Down on the inside, Sterling Marlin, the one car, battling for the 5th spot. This is Sterling Marlin, Briggs and Stratton onboard camera, as he tries to close up.
Sterling driving a team car.
Oops,
to Geoff
here I
Purvis. This is the
am.
car
Okay, guys.
Purvis drove in Daytona
This
to
is
see the
Coffee
Nascar
with the
finish second.
Racers.
It's a
Dad
good race car.
and his
Owned by
buddies
James
from
Finch.
Auto Racing all go there
Interesting to hear Blaney talk.
on
You know, it's
Mondays
just like sprint
at
cars.
2
You just
o'clock
turn
at
around.
Duncan's.
It's a little bit different than
And they
sprint
still
cars.
do this
You get
every
up on
week
your side and you hit it
today.
with the outside ball
I've
and
spoke to you about that. But anyway, this is Herbie Simpson. We lost him last year, I believe. Bugsy Stevens as well. And right now, this is Steve Bird here, and this is my dad. And here are some more of our races. There's Herbie Simpson, Billy Harmon, very famous race driver, ran Daytona before. This is Bob Carvinen, very famous in New England for running modified tour. He ran the, I believe, a number. It was blue number 99, Pinto or something. And then Greg Sachs.
I couldn't say
He sometimes goes. There's Birdie again. And rest in peace, Herbie. Herbie was a great car driver and builder. Dad worked with him at New Smyrna a lot. And that's just me. My sister's my dad. And we got lots of stuff. Lots of pictures. And this is the car our dad's working with, and there's Dad, you know. So anyway, yeah, racing. Racing's good. Here we go. Okay, the Feederwood car outside there. Wow, he's going to the front. But that's got to do with he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars pushing him versus one car versus 1, 2, 3 cars.
Well, I'm going to say Spencer was going for the lead, but Trickle held on.
Just got to ride. Just depends on who lines up where. Ooh, Fita was pulling away, though. To pull away from a draft, that car's fast. Thank you, Daddy.
No, I don't like any of them.
What kind of fish would you put here, Kyle?
Good question.
Maybe something big like maybe king mackerel?
Biggins.
Oh, I love this place. I just wish you didn't have to race here.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I know
This used to be a great place when you could run unrestricted.
Well, I love coming here. I love coming to Talladega. This place and Bristol, I love them all.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I like to watch Bristol.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to watch Bristol.
The number one best and safest way to slow cars down, and it may give the teams a little more edge as far as roll center and stuff. Make them put 200 pounds of weight in the car. I mean, it doesn't have to be one solid block of 200 pounds, but you know what I'm saying? Make the cars weigh more, and it will slow them down.
All right. Yeah.
Taking away spoiler and tire is like totally the most unsafe way to go to slow cars down. I don't know. They started doing that crap in the 98s with the spoiler inches and stuff. Oh, you're too fast. We'll make your car unsafe. Logical, like, so against everything we learned as car builders.
I got you.
You make the cars handle, you make the drivers have good meat in their hands, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be much better off.
Back at Talladega, Alabama.
Have much better racing when you get confident drivers. It's bottom line. Vita was up to 9th, started 38th. How about that? Go Daddy.
Shoemaker on car number 64.
There you see the front pack of cars, the top 6. Trickle, Spencer, McLaughlin.
Let's check in the pits with Jackaroo.
Well, there's been a proposal made, guys, down here on pit road between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Mike McLaughlin's team has gotten together with Dick Trickle's team as well as Jimmy Spencer's team. They're going to go to the dance together. They want to draft together, and the anticipation is that they will pit together on lap 60. They feel the heat, though, from Tony Stewart and from Buckshot Jones. That's why they're going to team up, making a trio in and out of pit road to see if they can shake Tony.
That teaming up stuff is all fine and dandy, but they make more of a big deal about it. The main thing is you decide who's going to pit at the same time so you don't lose your draft. That's like basically it. They're going to follow the fast car. I don't care if you made a deal, signed in blood, and became blood brothers and, you know, Pinky swore. You're going to follow the fast guy.
Stewart's car number 44, the Shell Pontiac, as Sterling Marlin makes the pass in the car number 1.
Well, he's attempting to make the pass. Now we see Buckshot dive down to the inside, trying to get some drafting help from Tony Stewart.
Yeah. And Sterling, you see Sterling move to the outside. That's an experience move right there. That's a Winston Cup driver who knows what he can do with his car and what he's going to do. Stewart, this is his probably first race here. I don't know. Maybe second at the most. But Sterling just jumps it up on the outside. Wants to keep Stewart just pinched off a little bit. Couldn't do it because the draft picked him back up. But it's just, you'll see a lot of that going on. You get the guys trapped down on the inside and try to go to the outside.
Here comes Nemechek. He's fought his way back after a pit stop. He goes by Sterling Marlin. That moves him into the 6th spot.
Well, not so fast. He hasn't quite made the pass. Sterling hanging on. And look at Mark Martin back there. You saw him just behind Sterling Marlin.
Tracy Lester, the Lysol car on the inside. Phil Parsons diving down to the inside in the 10 car.
Well, Joe Nemechek in the 87 car. He was the pole that is showing a lot of muscle pulling to the inside.
The 6 car breakaway just a moment ago is now about a 25 car draft.
You know, we heard him speak earlier. Heard him talk a little bit about going to the dance and the dance partners here and how these guys, they're all concerned about it. They want to pit together so they can get back out there. But you can bet once they make that pit stop and go back out there, it's every man for himself. They're all chasing the homecoming queen at the end of the sun.
Phil Parsons.
Facts, Kyle. That's what I just said. That's what I just said.
Where did he come from?
Catching a little bit from that air from that inside line that's up there. And he's picked up 10 or 20 positions right off the bat here.
Bill Parsons started way back in the pack in 21st position. Now trying to move his way toward the top 10. That's the Duraloop Chevy. Dick Trickle continuing to be the leader. Jimmy Spencer in second. Mike McLaughlin.
That's a pretty car.
Our pole sitter after that pit stop working his way
I'm
back
dying
into
to
the
see
top 5.
what race I can figure out that the bumper we have in my sister's garage from the Kleenex car to figure out which race it was from.
Well, this is the track where Mark Martin and
It might have been from one of the 2 wins. He won Nazareth and I want to say IRP or South Boston or something like that. I'll have to look at the notes. But that Kleenex car, this is Dad's first week with that 2 in 98.
The track. Matt is following Mark in this race, trying to get more valuable restrictor plate racing experience. The plan was for Matt to make his Winston Cup debut tomorrow, but he failed to qualify for the Winston Cup race.
Well, that indeed is correct, Bill. That is teacher and pupil. You're riding along with a pupil, Matt Kenseth in the 17 car, and the teacher is the car number 60 of Mark Martin.
Dick Trickle, they're ganged up on the outside of him. Buckshot's got some help from Nemechek.
The 00 is Roy Buckshot Jones. In a Pontiac, they are side by side at 190 miles an hour.
What's so great about this overall shot, when you see that shot right there, Those are all but 3 of the cars on the racetrack right there. All the cars are in one place on the 2.5-mile racetrack.
You've seen side-by-side action on the interstate at 55 miles an hour, but how about 190? That's Talladega Super Speedway.
These cars are now approaching the slower car of Shane Hall down the backstretch, and we saw the last time they approached the slower car, the car of the 93 car of Dave Blaney. Oh, now they got to squeeze 3 deep to get in the corners.
McLaughlin slides up a little bit, so does Nemechek. That's a 34 and 87 that are side by side. Dick Trickle hugging the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes the 00 Pontiac in the outside line.
And you can see, even though Trickle's leading, the 12 cars, Jimmy Spencer is the one that's pushed Trickle to the lead. He's not left Spencer hung out the drive. He's driving on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to drag that inside line along, not worried about that outside line.
It looks like he might have moved up, Kyle, because the lead is in jeopardy right now.
Great side-by-side action, NASCAR Busch Grand National Series style. 4,000-foot back straightaway. A 64 car on the inside. The orange machine is the veteran Dick Trickle. He is the oldest driver in the field. And right now it's a youngster, the 00 Buckshot Jones, at just 27 years of age, out of Monticello, Georgia, who has taken the lead. 190-mile-per-hour action at Talladega. 49 laps to complete. 49 of 113 laps to complete in this 300-mile event. Back with more from Talladega after this from our ABC station.
Nemechek got to get out of the gas down in 1.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Those guys have to pit by lap what?
57, he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
They don't. They got to pit green in a minute.
Okay.
Which changes that whole strategy.
Something happened. I mean, Nemechek might have got out of shape or something down there. I don't know exactly what happened, but he had to jump out of the gas.
I love watching this, but it just... Pennzoil in our Pennzoilicopter camp. Gary Punch along with Kyle Petty, Benny Parsons, Jack Root, and Bill Weber bringing you exciting Busch Series action from NASCAR's fastest super speedway. Our leader is this guy right here, looking back from his rear bumper cam. That is Dick Trickle. A lot of action coming your way tonight on ABC. A special bonus half hour of America's funniest home videos. Then at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, Demi Moore, Woody Harrelson, and Robert Redford star in Indecent Proposal. All tonight on ABC.
That's Jimmy Spencer, the white car that follows their leader, Dick Trickle. There's the top 6 cars. They've broken away from that pack once again.
Pretty much nose to tail, 1st through 6th, then they scramble out side by side. Here's a driver that's had problems with running in the top 5. The car number 1 of Sterling Marlin on pit road.
And Sterling limps to a stop. They believe he broke a shock. He was running in the big pack at the front of the field. Now the engine has been shut off on his Monte Carlo. So Sterling Marlin sits in the car. They look underneath the hood. Tony Glover's underneath. And obviously no panic sign. The gloves are coming off. The steering wheel coming off. Day over for Sterling Marlin. Perhaps a broken shock. They thought a lot of guys would probably break shock mounts in these cars today because the ride is so rough. This might be the first one of those we've seen. Jimmy Spencer appears to be headed to pit road.
Lap 54, you got to wonder. A lot of guys concerned about fuel mileage. What's the problem, Jack? Is this routine?
Well, Jerry, it has to be considered routine, but the problem was they wanted to go longer than this. But, you know, when you start to run the numbers down, you start to panic. He came in dead stick. You can hear it run out of gas just as he came into the box. They have yet to be able to successfully refire it. As we listen, one can is in. It's still
okay, why does somebody not have a can of ether in their hands on that stop initially? I mean, they got the ether now. Gotta think ahead. All the little what ifs. If someone was spraying ether while they were filling that, the thing would have started.
56, 57 laps will be halfway in this 300-mile event. Jimmy Spencer rolled the dice and came up 1 lap short. He tries to get back to speed, but he will go another lap down as Dick Trickle and the leaders blow by him in turns 1 and 2.
And of the cars that you see, Dick Trickle, Michael
I say
McLaughlin,
ether, that's old term, like starter fluid.
have made pit stops.
Well, this strategy will pay out, if it does pay out, is if they go the rest of the race green, and if Spencer can make it. A lot of ifs right in there, because these guys, the Phil Parsons, the 10 car, the 34 car, the 74, they're going to have to pit one more time no matter what. He'll make up his lap at that point in time because he is in the lead draft, and he'll be back in front of him.
I know that it's a little thing, but I was always impressed with Huffman Racing. RJ always had that duct tape on his arm, like a bracelet, just in case. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like all these little, like, Girl Scout, Boy Scout, be prepared type of thing, you know. You can see that in the teams that have experience.
On the bottom of the racetrack. He's currently running in about 6th, 7th spot. Nemechek's going by. That's Blaze Alexander in the 20 car. He's trying to get by as well on the outside.
If you just joined us and are wondering where our current point leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is, he was one of 13 cars that were out of action prior to lap 23. A 6-car accident on lap 6, a 7-car accident on lap 22. Took out 13 cars, including 4 of the top 10 in points. Exciting Busch Series action from Talladega Superspeedway resumes after this. Welcome back to Talladega Superspeedway. The big question is now we are just past the halfway point. When will those lead cars that have not pitted roll the dice to come on the pit road? The question yesterday in the final practice, Benny Parsons, was how far could they go?
Well, that's right. They've been now 58 laps and counting. 59 laps. Obviously, they'd love to catch a caution flag. Hope that the caution flag waves, and they go in the pits. But now Phil Parsons, Randall Joy gets by on the inside. The 63 car of Tracy Leslie, but now Buckshot's caught up, and so Phil has some drafting help on the outside.
The outside line may be the place to be, though, because the 64 and the 34 have to pit at some point in time here pretty quick, because they're the two of the cars that haven't quit. When they check up.
Oh, LaJoy gets touched from behind. Tony Stewart, big crash up in the corner.
We got through. We got through. Oh, shoot. See all them stopping in the back? Good job, guys.
Fire-ups from beneath one car as they race back to the lead. Phil Parsons, the 10 car, McLaughlin, the 34.
Parsons, McLaughlin. Ah, Randy, too, going for the points. That's our other team car.
But you see, the car does not want to roll.
Go backwards.
All horrendous crash.
Cut across the line.
Boy, what's going on? He hit Randy's 93 or 63.
Oh, shit. We're in it, too.
They're trying to raise him on the radio. You see the front end damage of the car number 74. Here's a replay of what happened.
There's the 63 they were talking about. Right there. He just touches LaJoy. Just touches him in the corner.
Oh, my God.
And then there's no place for the other cars to go. The 17 Kenseth is involved. I mean, there's 12 cars involved. 10 cars.
There's no place for anybody to go. You can see at one
There's
time,
Fedewa right
4 cars, Stewart, and the
there,
70,
maybe.
17
It's really hard
Kenseth
for me
has
to
the
tell
entire
from far
track
away.
blocked from the wall
My
all the way down.
Just a touch,
Fedewa.
just the least touch from Tracy Leslie, the 63 car of LaJoy.
No, he's in front. How did he get wrecked in
the cars piling
front?
in with no place to go.
He was in 8th. Maybe.
Blaze Alexander involved. The 33 of Tim Fedewa is involved.
Jesus.
44 of Tony Stewart. Now riding along on the onboard camera of Jess Purvis.
And Purvis was waving and said, come on, let's go. I don't think so, Geoff. If you knew I was up there, you wouldn't want to go too hard. He cannot see anything. And guess what? So far, he hasn't hit anything. Is he going to get through this? He got through without hitting anything.
Somebody hit him a few times in the sides. But
he's going to hit something. Just listen.
Hear the brakes on.
And now from the Pennzoil copter cam, here's what they had to try to drive through without being able to see a thing. We're talking about traffic behind this.
Okay, I see where Feedaway is. He's right.
Bill Parsons
he
gets by
didn't
on the
get.
outside.
Oh, he
Buckshot
got
gets by
stuffed
on
in
the
the
outside.
ass.
And 87
And
gets
in the
by,
door.
and then the hole closes. And you see all that
And
smoke?
in the nose.
And there's no place to
No,
go.
maybe not. Somebody steered away from him.
Once again, lap number 60.
None of the tires got hit, I don't think.
These cars
They
involve
might be
Nemechek's
okay.
rear bumper cam.
Keep coming.
And that's what's left of the defending and two-time
Man.
series champion Chevrolet Randy LaJoie as we check in the pits with Bill Weber.
It's a bad break for a lot of guys, but a good break for these guys, including Mike McLaughlin, who was just about to pit under green. He was going to take 2 tires, but now under caution, look for them to take 4, and enough fuel to be able to get them to the finish. McLaughlin having a good run after a strong qualifying effort. Right side going on, fuel going in. We go to Jackaroo.
Bill, how close was it for Dick Trickle? As he came the last 50 yards on a pit road, the car began to sputter. When they told him the pits was open, he said, it had better be. Mike McLaughlin motors by Dick Trickle as they make the 4-tire change, and all 22 gallons of gas go in, but not before
Feeder was still on pit road and not made it there yet.
Boy, a break for the guys up front in more ways than one. Not only did they miss this,
They'd be way down in the back of pit road because they started 30-something.
The appropriate time, as you heard Jackaroo say, the 64 car could not have made another lap. Here is the Duralube Chevrolet. Phil Parsons, at 40 years of age, he is the leader of the Touchstone Energy 300 from Talladega Super Speedway. Back with more in just a moment. Mikey, I have 74, 44, 63, 70, 20, 17, and 33. Who else do you have? 63 was the car that was turned.
Yeah, I don't think he got in it. '63 started it, but I don't think he got caught up in it, Jerry.
Okay, so he wasn't really damaged?
No, I think he got in. I think he started it. Watch him as he turns him. He gets hit in the rear, but he drives on through.
He drives on through, okay.
You see what I mean?
Okay, well, I'll mark him off then. LaJoie, 74, 44, 70, 20, 17, 33, 60.
That ain't, I see that. How about this? The angle you had from the copter cam a minute ago. Can I see that angle one time? If you don't, that's okay. I want you to see Matt Hutter in this angle on the copter cam thing in the 36. Has he ever raced here before, Hutter? Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he almost won the ARCA race.
Watch Hutter. Let's see. They start to wreck. I can't tell it straight, man. But watch Hutter come into the screen over here. He'll come in somewhere.
Back over here.
Right over here he is. Hutter's right here. Now watch him. Here he is. What's he thinking right here? Now watch. There he goes. Never got touched. Never got touched.
Yeah. Well, that was me. I'll circle him for you.
He's circled.
I'll circle him for you. All right.
Yeah.
So Bill made a stop because now he can make it the rest of the way, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. He's good to go now.
Let's see what's going on back here. They're doing work on some cars. If you see a car whip in, what they've done is to stay on the lead lap.
Just
They've
on the safe side, he might
pulled
have.
out when the pace car was coming and drove around real quick to see if everything's good. If it ain't, come back in and fix more.
Get to the point and go the rest of the way.
Had he led a lap? Had Phil led a lap?
Yeah. But he's pitted early, see.
But had Phil led a lap at that point in the race?
You'll start seeing people pop out like that when the pace car is coming.
I'm assuming
if the pace car passes the start-finish line, they cannot leave this line in the pits.
37 and 13. That's only.
Yeah.
What's say 113 laps?
Yeah, see,
this little man with the signboard will put up stop when the pace car hits the start-finish line.
Leading laps too.
I think so, yeah.
And maybe he hadn't led a lap. Maybe
that looks like Fedor, maybe not. It's hard to tell. Nope.
Because he could move up, he's 15th in the points, he could move up considerably.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Phil can only run about 50
I really
laps
don't think they were that damaged.
I'm assuming is why he stayed out.
They did a lot of spinning, but only one impact in the door, I think.
Lynn.
All right, I need to find that sheet somewhere. Okay. Fire up your laptop and NASCAR Online.
That 66 went out and run a lap, but they never credited him with it.
I know it.
The 300-miler here today.
Tracy Leslie, Phil Parsons, Joe Nemechek trying to work their way back to the front.
Okay, it's a 99 I might have thought was a 33.
Got two cars, Larry Pearson driving the car this time.
One of the drivers involved in that incident a moment ago was having a great run. Now he is back in the garage area with our Bill Weber.
Tony Stewart, very disappointed. You had an excellent car.
Yeah, boy, the Shell Pontiac crew really gave me a great car today. You know, this thing, we probably wore around a set of brake pads in 60 laps just because the car was pulling up so good in the draft that we had to use a lot of brakes to keep from having to get out on the throttle. So, and it's a shame. We had a great car today and just got one of those racing accidents.
Okay, that's Tony Stewart. He's another victim of a wild down here at Talladega.
45 to go run down
Indianapolis
here.
Motor Speedway to try to sit on the pole, which will be
They're
on
only
the
giving a top
ABC
5.
coming up
Okay,
in the month of May. Laps to go in this 300-miler. Speeds at 190 miles an hour. There is Phil Parsons' car, number 10. Right in front of Joe Nemechek as you ride along with Nemechek on the onboard. Bell South Mobility in-car camera.
High if you need it.
Fedor is 6 laps down.
And that white car that's in second spot right now, Jimmy Spencer. Let's not forget about it. Spencer, remember, made that unscheduled start with that green flag pit stop and is now 1 lap down. If the caution flag were to come out right now, trust me, Spencer would be doing everything he can to pass Mike McLaughlin, get back in the lead lap.
There's a look at the car number 64 of Dick Trickle. We told you there were 10 cars involved in the incident on lap 60, included among those defending series champion Randy LaJoie, who's standing by with Bill Weber.
Out of the race, the tough season for you continues. What happened here?
Well, it looked like finished only Monte Carlo was finding a little lap. Trickle in the 34 car needed to pit, which put us up there to probably come around to start finish line first, but I guess the 63 car got a little impatient. Well, I got in the back of my left rear and just turned me around, and after that, you just grab the steering wheel and hopefully nobody T-bones you and keep it on all four. It's too bad. Finished Chevrolet Monte Carlo is running good. We've had it a tough year, and well, it's done for today. It looked like we'll be back in a couple weeks.
Okay, and I'll also be back here tomorrow in the 50 Winston Cup Budweiser Chevy.
LaJoie subbing for Ricky Craven, who is out recovering from post-concussive syndrome. Craven driving for Rick Hendrick in the Budweiser Chevy.
Buckshot trying to work his way to the front. This will help him trickle now. He tried on the inside. That didn't work. He's now going to the outside. That's a 0-0. 0-0 Buckshot Jones. Spencer in the 12, the Zippo car. There comes Nemechek.
Buckshot made a series of moves from the middle of 1 and 2 all the way to turn 3 to get to the outside of Spencer. Pretty impressive driving.
That 0-0 was the fastest Pontiac in qualifying. He qualified 3rd overall. His name is Roy Jones. As you heard Jack Arute at the top of our show, his grandfather nicknamed him Buckshot when he hit his head on the table at the age of 3 and didn't cry. So that young man is tough as Buckshot. And ever since that time, the nickname has stuck. And right now, he's sticking a Pontiac at the front of the field.
But Spencer trying to get that lap back. Got those cars racing now. He's going to try to get to the front with help from Dick Trickle. Meanwhile, McLaughlin leading the last lap is caught in the middle trying to stay.
Okay, so I do believe that Fedewa might be out there going around and around because he didn't lose any laps in a few laps. He might have been just running a few laps to stay in the points. Looks like this might be him again. They're coming up on maybe. Yep.
He is 1 lap down. There are 14 cars on the lead lap with 41 laps to go. The orange car behind the 12, the 64 machine, that is Dick Trickle. He is on the lead lap and currently running in 4th position. 41 laps remain at Talladega Superspeedway. In the Touchstone Energy 300, Buckshot Jones is our leader. Mike.
Katie.
Yeah.
Proximity thing, right? There you go. It's an acquired. You're kidding me. Okay. Have a good one, Kyle. Oh. Mikey, you have the ability, when I just start a good sentence, you say speed shot, about the 3rd word in. Really? How about that, huh? Man. What happened to Earnhardt Jr.'s car? They just decided they had to quit. I guess they did, huh? It still says off on the sheet. Are they still working on the 3 car? I wonder how. He's got to be a tunnel. There's no way he can gain any spots now, though, really. With just less than 40 to go. Let me look up my.
Notice that.
Not really. The only one up here is mine, and he's not using that one. Really?
I don't believe I'd have told that.
I believe I'd have left that one.
Yeah. I don't believe I'd told that.
Oh, man.
You guys.
On a part of Jim McKay.
The taste of a champion.
Oh.
Something's gonna happen. Oh, I seen it.
Not again.
Gee whiz.
Behind Buckshot, Joe. Just stay behind Buckshot.
64 is.
There was 12 of you on the track, and you just wrecked 6 of you. My God, guys.
Yeah, I don't think Phil was in it, was he? No.
Krogh was.
Jeff Krogh. Krogh run along in 8th.
Yeah.
Had a good run.
Car right in front of Phil just seemed to lose it getting in the corner. I just caught it out of the glimpse.
Yeah,
of the-
somebody hit the
Joe
apron.
Joe Bessie's car.
There you have it.
I seen just a
Hadn't
touch
been in
of
one
the.
yet today. Spencer right down
Sorry,
here.
wrong. Forgot to plug in. Now you get an echo. How's that better?
Phil miss it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. They still got him ranked as.
I had to unplug to run to
Do what?
the ladies' room.
No. There should be no crash.
Somebody's
That's what
got a boo-boo there.
That's what I said.
It's
What's
like
up?
hell to hit
I
something
think
at
maybe
that
Tracy
speed.
got tagged or something. I just caught a glimpse.
These guys that were
man.
running back in here, Krogh and those guys, they should be tickled to death just to be running 10th or 11th.
Jeff Krogh there.
Freaking hurts. Knocks the wind out of you. Every one of your organs get like stretched on their ligaments and fly around like balls in your gut. I mean, it's crazy what injuries happen from auto racing. I'm just trying to get to.
Radioed into his crew that that's precisely what happened. That Tracy Leslie just plain lost it, and Trickle couldn't get on the binders quick enough. But Trickle's damage is mainly on the front
Yeah,
end
he
of the car.
barely
Down
hit that
just
curb,
beyond
and
the
you
front
know what
end.
that's like in iRacing.
He's
You
gonna go to
barely
work
hit
with
the
that old
curb.
200-mile-an-hour duct tape to try and at least make an aero package on the nose that'll allow Dick Trickle to continue on this race. But what was interesting is just a couple of seconds before Dick Trickle was collected in that accident, he radioed in and thought he had a shock that broke. So now they begin to wonder, is there a shock problem or not, guys?
Well, Jimmy Spencer has exited.
There were
his
several
car
brands
as
of
they begin
shocks you were allowed
work
to
on
run
the
back
Jimbo
then.
Chevrolet.
I don't know what that
We'll
would
show you this is the
matter.
incident again. We're going to list the cars
Unless
that were
they were
involved.
like
Tracy Leslie's car number 63. That's the
particular
car that's
brand.
spinning. You see Trickle 64 spinning
I don't
around.
ever remember
The
Dad
car number
having a
2
problem
of
with
Larry Pearson, the
Penske brake.
56 car of
Penske's
Pro. You see
braking.
heavy damage on the front rear. That car was running in 8th
Until they
spot.
hit something, you
Joe
know?
Bessie's car number 8 is involved. Jimmy Spencer's white car number 12 and Mike Cope's Slim Jim machine. Those are the cars involved on caution number 5 coming out on lap number 78. Heavy damage as Mike Cope has made it back to the garage area. 80 of 113 laps are complete.
That's incredible.
Man.
Is that? Yeah, can I see that run? Will you play one more time just for kicks? I want to see one thing. Watch this. If they show it again. Okay, man. Just, all right.
You're ready. Well, Jimmy Spencer, you were exciting once again, but not to victory lane. What happened out there?
Well, the 63 car lost it, and, you know, I thought I had it missed me, caught me in the left front fender there, whatever, door. It was exciting. I didn't like it at all. It hit the wall really hard. You know, the Zippo all-pro auto parts Chevrolet was running really good, and we just messed up on the gas mileage deal. I was playing with the throttle too much, trying to save the motor, and it really hurt me, but that's part of this business.
Jimmy, why do you think we're seeing so many crashes today?
These guys got really, really erratic on their rebound on their shocks. I didn't. That's why we didn't lead the race and stuff, but they don't understand what they're doing. The 63 and just let's go down the list of guys, you know. I don't want to pick on 63, but I'm just saying a bunch of them, okay, Jackie? And they don't know what they're doing, and I mean, it's dangerous, and that's what's happening out there.
Not a baby, Jack.
So many guys crashing. I says, maybe I shouldn't have asked that one.
No, I was just looking.
If we get a chance.
In spite of being in that wreck early, it looks like Tim is still out there. I've seen the car now and then.
As a matter of fact,
they're everywhere. Look at them. You can really see it now.
Yeah.
You can really see it from that angle.
Let me see.
Left a little bit more. You can't see it on the camera. You can to the naked eye. Down at turn 1, Kyle, look down there and see all those dark spots.
Yeah.
That's where the, let's see. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's where that's where the cars, the rear tires are leaving the ground.
And that's where they're bottoming out and hitting the racetrack.
That's where it's bottoming out and yeah, there you go.
That's why the cars are bottoming out and hitting the racetrack, and that's what's, it's just grinding the racetrack off and making these places.
Isn't that amazing?
That is, man. They're everywhere. Look at them. You can really see it now.
Yeah.
You can really see it from that angle.
There's a big one up in turn 4. So there's a huge one right in the middle of that corner, and there's a big one up in turn 4, right at the tunnel in turn 4. Yeah, that one right there.
Getting aggressive on the rebound.
Yeah, that's a real bad one because it goes all the way to the top. You can't go around.
Okay.
That would mean they're not running 50-50, which you generally would run a 50-50 at some place like Talladega.
10 cars in the lead lap.
At Talladega.
Yeah.
And you know what?
When you get in places like Bristol, you do these other things with your
What's
shot.
halfway? 188, 94 laps, right?
Hey, you talk about
You know,
that
play
wreck
with
that happened last year going in 3.
60-40 or different percentages, you know, different bleeds, different valves.
To lap me.
Slow the flow,
And
speed
he went
up
to the outside
flow.
and they started wrecking and he just let off. I came all the way back around, got back in line.
They were all
Never
low
pitted,
pressure
just got
at
in line. I was running 7.
slow speed.
It took out so many cars. Took all the cars out between first
when you get
and like
bumps
38. It seemed like all of them had damage. Or coming
the track's
back
aggressive.
7. Couldn't believe it.
It makes the
Ended
shot
up running
more
like 7th or
aggressive.
8th in a race.
To a point, and then you adjust what you want. Trying to see if Fida was still out there. I didn't see him in that group.
Supercross promo is first. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
It appeared he went out there. I have to see the new rundown. He was 6 laps down.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Track workers, man.
But see, the whole used to, Kyle, the whole corners here used to stay black. You know, it used to turn black.
Yeah.
But now it's just the bumps that get dark.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing in the world.
It's got to be there.
It's just no more than a radial tire grips a racetrack.
I was just trying to see if Tim was still out there.
Well, Tracy, a difficult day for you. First, let's talk about the incident between you and Randy LaJoie.
Well, you know, the lap before that, or 2 laps before that, the 12 cars kind of just come off the corner and got on the brakes. And so, you know, we knew the 64 and the 34 had to pit yet. And, you know, we went off into 3. And I seen the 34 flag in his hand a little bit, so I waved my hand, and I guess whoever was behind me, the 44, tapped me, and I got into Randy. I hated for him, but, you know, we was given Lysol Monte Carlo. We stayed up front most of the day. We'd get back to 15th, 16th, come back to the front. I don't know if we was as good as a 00, the 87, but, you know, we had that last pit stop there, and I thought we were set, going to go to the end and maybe finish in the top 5, maybe in the top 3. Just riding along there. We had a pretty strong car, and I guess the car got a little loose there right after that last caution. I thought maybe the guys loosened it up and figured we'd be a little freer and be a little faster and didn't tell me. But, you know, they said, no, everything was the same. And it kept getting looser, and I figured we had a tire going down. It blew going off into 3, and all hell broke loose after that. I feel sorry for everybody else. Hope nobody got hurt, and come back again next week.
Okay, he's obviously disappointed with his day and disappointed some other people got caught up in his problems as well.
Hey, Kyle.
probably right. They were waving. If you watch him on the line, he goes up the racetrack. It's like he was going to make room to go around the cars that were pitting. I think he's trying into that last seat. He says
Blue tire.
Blue tire. It turned quick. I mean, it
snapped around.
Looking to see who's left. Not too many.
My heavens.
Carnage.
That's pitiful.
18. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Looks like being right at Talladega.
That's a modified.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pudding.
That's good line, Kyle. Really.
There's exciting, ain't right, man?
Yeah.
Soaking up some rays. That I'm contemplating.
Look at that shirt. That's good.
That's pretty doggone good.
That is good.
That's how you deal with not having the diet. That's great.
I like that.
I need one of those T-shirts like that.
I told him I saw a T-shirt in a biker magazine. Guy was had to be about 450 pounds. Had on a black biker T-shirt and it said, "I beat anorexia."
Oh, jeez.
Cool, man.
Oh, I like that. That's
yeah, you know what I mean.
That's kind of silly.
He didn't.
I like that T-shirt too.
It's just huge, you know what I mean, just like that.
I don't think I've ever had a skinny waist, even when I was 113 pounds. I've always been rugged.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. That's
exactly.
for sure.
Exactly.
Have they took care of your problem yet, Neil? Okay.
I saw, and I have not finished, a fantastic interview on Kenny Wallace with Ryan Priest. Came out yesterday, or day before, like a day ago when I was watching it yesterday. I think I might try to play it a little bit just to get in so you can get the vibe, because he talks about the early modified days, and that's my childhood. Like, he's talking about how it was for him. Now, he's a generation and a half younger than I am.
I told Ned,
but it was the same. Like, to grow up in a racing family and be a mod brat. I mean, we all grew up the same. On the road, doing our homework in the campers, you know, the whole 9 yards. And, you know, riding your bikes around the parking lot when the races aren't running yet. Driving around, you know, with the other kids, with their bikes.
Still under caution at Talladega, but coming up tomorrow at 5 Eastern Time, 4 Pacific on ABC Sports, Toyota presents the AMA Supercross Motorcycle.
Right here, I want to see the rundown.
Our lap leaders, Dick Trickle, Joe Nemechek, Buckshot Jones, Mike McLaughlin, and Phil Parsons. Off the track, which means they're still working on their cars, trying to get back out, is Mike Cope and Kevin Swans. Now, out of race, this is a long list of people. 18 cars out of the race. We'll let you read them as they go by. These drivers, some named drivers, have been involved in incidents today. In fact, 30 cars of the 43 that started have been involved in an accident in one way or another during this event.
Okay, Fito is listed as out of the race, so I won't be looking for him anymore.
So the car's about to set to go back to green flag.
He's going to have a crappy finish on their first race. I might skip quickly through the end of this race and jump to the Cup side.
Green, it is time. Buckshot accelerates.
That restart on lap 91. We have had 35 laps of caution. The Busch record is 37, set in 1995. We're just 2 laps away from a record we don't want to set at Talladega.
Phil Parsons, Matt Cutter on the outside. Phil is running 4th. Matt is running in 5th spot. And Kyle, believe it or not, right now the 17 of Matt Kenseth is running in 6th spot.
I think there's only 4 or 5 cars on the racetrack right now that haven't been involved in an incident, and it's probably the top 5. Because when you get into Matt Kenseth and those guys, they've been around, and when I mean around, I mean spun around 3 or 4
Here's the
times.
rundown. Buckshot leading. Ah, they only gave the top 10. What are they doing? Here they go. 11.
Speed drop put up with clouds that these drivers couldn't see through. The 57 car in 2nd spot, that's Jason Keller. Justin Booth's car, he is 1 lap down right now in 11th spot.
24th. Well, they started 38th and finished 24th due to carnage.
And a piece of metal. Looks like a piece of aluminum laying in the tri-oval.
But I am going to skip through a lot of this green flag stuff in this race. Now that I know where Dad's car finished.
It's tough. He's down here all by himself with no one here.
Because I will play the Cup race then.
The yellow flag is waving. His spotters saying, go, go, go. 7 cars involved, including Jimmy Spencer, who was a threat to win this thing. He's standing by in the pits.
Well, Jimmy Spencer, you were exciting once again, but not to victory lane. What happened?
Oh, they pre-recorded
it. The 63 car lost it, and you know, I thought I had it missed. He caught me in the left front fender there, whatever, door. It's exciting. I didn't like it at all. It hit the wall really hard. You know, the Zippo all-pro auto parts Chevrolet was running really good, and we just messed up on the gas mileage deal. I was playing with the throttle too much, trying to save the motor, and it really hurt me, but that's part of this business.
Jimmy, why do you think we're seeing so many crashes today?
These guys got really erratic on their rebound on their shocks. I didn't. That's why we didn't lead the race this time. They don't understand what they're doing. The 63 and just let's go down the list of guys. You know, I don't want to pick on 63. But I'm just saying a bunch of them. Okay, Jackie. And they don't know what they're doing. And I mean, it's dangerous, and that's what's happening out there.
A lot of frustration from Mr. Excitement, Jimmy Spencer.
Well, you also heard from Chris Leslie say the guy in front of him checked up and he waved.
And you're their poster, Nemechek.
And the guy behind Tracy hit him into him. So there's always the rest of the story with racing.
The lead drivers, the caution is waving.
Keep going, Geoff. Just keep the hammer down, boys. Keep the hammer down. Keep the hammer down.
That is Buckshot Jones.
Keep the hammer down, slow car.
Let's ease up. Let's ease up.
There was a slow car ahead. Nobody said nothing. See, slow car ahead. Car's coming off pit road.
That is the 7th time today. The caution flag has
They
been waved
didn't warn
at
them
Talladega.
about that.
We come down to the line. Let's see how close this is. Nemechek
I would have just said hammer down, slow cars after the start-finish line.
Buckshot by a fender.
Heads up, whatever.
By a fender, Roy Buckshot Jones leads at Talladega as laps are winding down. Back with more in just a moment. 7th caution flag of the day. You can stay up to speed with complete racing coverage, including the latest news.
That's basically, you know, when you talk about dancing and you talk about deal making and you talk about stuff like that, you know, it's all out the window when it comes down to 5 or 6 laps to go.
Katie, calm down, Katie. It's gonna be okay. That's Mike McLaughlin's wife, Katie.
Her girlfriend, I'm not sure they're married yet.
It's her fiance. We're a little premature. She will be his wife.
Denny just announced it, just proposed for Mike. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Well, he proposed earlier because I saw the rock on her hand, but right now he's trying to get a good top 2, maybe even a win to pay for that diamond ring. Talking about the car number 34 of Mike McLaughlin back in 3rd spot. You're riding along with the bumper cam of Joe Nemechek, the leader.
Uh-oh, here comes McLaughlin. Here comes Phil. The 3 abreast.
McLaughlin on the inside, the 34 car, the Gould's Pumps Machines. He will have 2nd spot from Parson with 9 laps to go. Where is the 00 of Roy Buckshot Jones? There he is, right behind Phil Parsons. Can they hook up and draft together? The 99 car is also there. Glenn Allen from 40th starting position, the 1996 Rookie of the Year in the Luxair machine. He's back there running in 6th spot.
Our Phil goes by Dick Trickle on the outside. Trickle.
8 to go. Let me fast forward a little bit.
Full time, and
4 to go.
They will race tomorrow for 500 miles at Talladega.
Buckshot still side by side, back to that 5th spot.
And running side by side, having to push that huge wall of wind without drafting, that's costing them a lot of time, Kyle.
Yeah, with 3 laps to go, you know, with each passing foot on the racetrack, you're getting farther and farther behind, and going to have
3 to go. Are these? Lap traffic. Oh my goodness.
With Phil and with Joe and with Mike, and these guys are basically racing for 4th and 5th right now.
Still side by side, the former Rookie of the Year, Glenn Allen. They will get the 2 to go this time by.
Boy, no one will draft with Buckshot, will they?
NASCAR. Some of the wildest finishes in NASCAR history have come right here at Talladega Super Speedway.
There's Dick Trickle driving down to the inside as Glenn Allen is broken away from Buckshot Jones. Goes by, or tries to go by Buckshot Jones. Now Buckshot side by side with Dick Trickle.
Trickle with that front end damage can't run there. He has to pull back and line behind him. But with 2 to go, basically really 3 laps and a half to go.
So Joe's out in front. Been out in front almost the whole race. Him and McLaughlin.
Joe Nemechek here, even with Mike pushing him. But, you know, whatever happens to...
I think that's Phil Parsons in the middle there.
Come on, Joe. Come on, buddy. Working a little bit. Good job. Up the battle.
Phil looking on the outside.
One more.
Nothing there.
White flag waved a moment ago by Carl Simmons. Now it's you and a throttle and a spotter to guide you. Less than 2 miles from the checkered flag.
You got 2 car lengths.
Yeah, but those 2 backed up to get a run.
Entering turn 3.
They probably don't have nothing for him. They're losing
on the
their
bottom
nose.
of the racetrack. Here comes Phil Parsons. 3 car lengths. They get 2 car lengths. They head to the trial with McLaughlin trying to push Parsons.
Just shot him, buddy. Just shot him.
Start finish line.
Get your foot down.
Joe Nemechek will take
Well, how about that? I didn't know Joe won after 92.
And they're still racing for positions as they come off the corner. There we see the 36, Matt Hunter, and the 38, Sawyer. Hunter will finish back in 9th spot. Elton Sawyer in 10th.
Let's go down to Bill Weber in the Nemechek pits.
Well, crew chief Brian Patty is down making deals in the 10-car pit. Martha Nemechek, a big win for you here at Talladega.
Well, thank you. I just thank God for having a safe race. And I know Joe can drive a car if the car is right.
I thought you were driving it from in here. I thought he was just riding along.
I always try to drive it, I guess.
Well, now you get to go to Victory Lane. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's a very happy and a very proud mother. And it's not where you start at Talladega, it's where you finished. And for Joe Nemechek, the answer to both those questions was first.
Front row Joe starts today from the pole and finishes as #1 in the Touchstone Energy 300. We'll come back and talk to the winner in just a moment.
That's kind of
running?
cool. I didn't
They just went by.
realize, actually, that Joe had won since 92.
We've had the interview with the crew chiefs, and they're still going by.
Yeah.
That kind of threw me off right there. Yeah, had to have been. Yeah. They had the gate open when they went by down there.
I'm wondering who his
They were
crew
just there
is,
when they
if
went
Mikey
by.
Boisinger's still there. It's one of Dad's guys.
leave?
Brian, I
Yeah.
think, was already at Stewart.
When he says I can.
The gas guy, the tall, thin gas guy.
All right, say, man.
They said Brian
man. Great shot.
Patty is the crew
Great job.
chief.
Wait a minute, Kyle. Wait a minute.
In the booth at California. Something off the shoulder, Kyle.
Mike McLaughlin's team congratulate him.
Okay. I hear you.
Jeez. Victory Lane's a little bit of a jaunt, isn't it? Round and round and round.
When you get out, stand on the edge, just look towards those cameras, then we'll do live TV, okay? Let's go down to the
Okay.
He and his family are still around the race.
Victory Lane, 3 consecutive starts in the
Mooresville Race
front row, and
City
you finally
area.
got matching bookends for your win at Daytona.
I'll tell you what, this is something special. We sat on the pole here 3 years in a row. Should have won it a couple years ago. Last year got wrecked. Just this team did an awesome job. I can't say enough. I know I'm gonna need a back massage tonight. It is rough as ride. I think we broke a rear shock there with about 30 laps to go, and I didn't know if I was gonna get back by Buckshot or not. And I'm just happy everything worked out. There at the end, I thought Phil was gonna have a run on me, but hey, our Bell South Mobility Chevrolet was awesome.
Another broken
Talking
shot.
about that, you kind of had to have your strategy go right out the window when you ran over some debris and had to pit early, make it a 2-stop race. But then you
I
had to
don't
find some
recognize
dancing
any of
partners,
his
and
crew
your
members
crew
anymore.
chief managed to find one for you.
Oh, Brian Patty and all these guys on this team did awesome. My spotter, Randy Howe, he was up there trying to make deals with guys to go with me. But, you get out here racing, and once you get going, I mean, you have no friends. You try and not hang anybody out. But it was just a good run. Tony Stewart ran good with us. I just hate to see all the accidents, and I hope everybody's all right.
Well, we want to let your mom get in here because Martha's been part of your racing career, and there's a Victory Lane kiss that they've waited for a long time, Jerry.
Let me look at the stats and see how long it had been since he won. That'll be part of the book about Joe breaking his winless streak. Let me see. Ultimate. Oh, I know where I can get it. I'll get it on Google. This site can't do it. Oh, come on, man. Yes, it can. There we go. Guys by driver. I shouldn't lean so close, but I'm blind. It's all by last name in alphabetical order. Like every driver in the whole freaking world you could almost think of.
Well, Well, Jerry, I know Phil Parsons is going to be smiling about this finish. That turned out to be a pretty good day for you.
It wasn't bad. I tell you, the good Lord was looking out for us, Bill. It seems like there was one wreck that was behind us, the first one, I think, and everything else we had to drive through. My spotters did a great job. My whole Duraloop crew did a super job. They made some great calls, and all week, really, the chassis was just perfect. Wagner Automotive did a super job with the engine. I want to thank them. They're doing a terrific job working real hard. Carl Wagner and all his guys, and Chevrolet Monte Carlo and Goodyear and Northeastern Supply, Honeywell.
And Joe Nemechek probably wants to thank you.
Well, he should. He should. He said, go with me, and I won't hang out. And I did, and then he hung me out there before the last caution. And then at the end, he didn't hang me out. But Mikey was trying to help me do something. You know, his spotter came over and said, hey, we'll go with you. But my foot never left the floor. And I could get to him, but I couldn't get a run on him. So we're going to have to take second, I guess.
Okay, well, second at Talladega is pretty impressive. Good finish for Phil Parsons.
Good family. Oh, here's this rundown. On this database, they will, I'm going to make it big real quick because they're just looking around. This database, everything highlighted is a win. So I went back in history. See, he had no wins. Those two he got with Dad. That was the year they won the championship. And then 93, they didn't have any wins. Oh, okay, he won in 94. I remember Dad was with the Grand National side, so that's the Busch Grand National, but Dad was not with them yet at Richmond. I think he was still on the Cup side with the 41. Yeah, see the 41. Ran a few races with Larry Hedrick. Let me see. And then we go down, there's a highlight, Busch Grand National Charlotte. He won in 96 in his own team.
Back
then
at
he
Talladega, the Touchstone Energy
long
300
time.
is
Let's
history.
see,
Let's go down to our
99.
McDonald's Winner's Circle interview. Here is Jack Carew. Jack?
Well, front row,
This is
Joe, welcome to
98.
Talladega Victory Lane. 3 consecutive starts in the front row. You finally got matching bookends for your win at Daytona.
98 Talladega. It's the early Talladega. Okay, there it is. That's the win he's at right now. Had the pole and win.
Just this team did an awesome job. I can't say enough. I know
I'll back it up since I was looking here. I'll back it
I
up.
think we broke a rear shock there with about 30 laps to go.
He needed that one.
Choice is clear. And Astro.
Tell you what, this is something special.
There we go. Victory Lane. Come on. We there? YouTube's a little sketch on these bigger
The Touchstone Energy 300 on
bigger
ABC
streams.
Sports.
It's a little
Brought to you
harder.
by
I
Quaker
can
State
pull it
Motor
up and
Oil.
do the
For what you
search, but
drive
it
and the
still
way
is
you drive it,
wonky.
the choice is clear. And Astra Merck,
And
the
the
makers
plus
of
10
Final
minus
Set.
10 is bleh. Doesn't work on PC.
Back at
well.
Talladega, the Touchstone Energy 300 is history. Let's go down to our McDonald's Winner's Circle interview. Here is Jack Carew. Jack?
I didn't know Brian Patty. I'm sure Dad did, but I
Lane.
didn't.
3 consecutive starts in the front row. You finally got matching bookends for your win at Daytona.
I didn't
Tell you what,
recognize
this is
these
something
guys.
special. We sat on the pole here 3 years in a row. Should have won it a couple years ago. Last year got wrecked. Just this team did an awesome job. I can't say enough. I know I'm going to need a back massage tonight. It is rough as ride. I think we broke a rear shock there with about 30 laps to go, and I didn't know if I was going to get back by buckshot or not. And I'm just happy
I'll
everything
play the
worked
cup
out. There at the
race
end, I thought
afterward.
Bill was going to have a run on me.
I
but,
do have one thing
hey,
up.
our
I
Bell's
got this
Alpha Bailey
interview with
Chevrolet was
Priest. It's
awesome.
really
Talking
good.
about that, you kind of had to have
I'm
your
not going to
strategy
play the
go right
whole
out
thing. I
window,
haven't
and
watched
you
the
ran
whole
over
thing
some
yet
debris and had to
myself,
pit early,
but
make it a 2-stop
I'll
race. But then
play
you had to find some
enough of
dancing
it for you to
partners, and
get
your
the gist.
crew chief managed
Might
to find
play it
one
on a
for
little
you.
bit faster
Oh, Brian
speed.
Patty and all these guys on this team did
They talk
awesome.
fast.
My spotter, Randy Howe, he was up there trying to make deals with guys to go with me. But, you get out here racing, and once you get going, I mean, you have no friends. You try and not hang anybody out. But it was just a good run. Tony Stewart ran good with us. I just hate to see all the accidents, and I hope everybody's all right.
Well, we want to let your mom get in here because Martha's been part of your racing career, and there's a victory lane kiss that they've waited for a long time, Jerry.
Well, indeed, Joe Nemechek takes the win. Phil Parsons coming from 21st to finish second. He almost got there. Why don't we ask Phil himself? Here is Bill Weber standing by with him. Bill?
Well, Jerry, I know Phil Parsons is going to be smiling about this finish. That turned out to be a pretty good day for you.
It wasn't bad. I tell you, the good Lord was looking out for us, Bill.
Okay, I think that this is repeating all these that we already saw. We saw them record them. See how this sometimes record them a little behind.
It gets at Talladega Superspeedway. The point standings after this event. Dale Earnhardt Jr. came in here with a slim 31-point lead. Well, now Matt Kenseth is the point leader.
Like I said, I didn't recognize any of them guys from the old crew.
Jones, Hermie Sadler, LaJoy, last year's champion, Trickle, Keller.
Let's minimize this. I got Talladega. I got Talladega, the Cup race up. I'm going to play that next, but I watched about half of this. It's really long. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but just to see the beginning of this, just to get the gist of it. Oh, what a great interview. And this is what it is. Ryan Preece on Kenny Wallace.
Jegs, the leader in high-performance aftermarket car parts. Remember to go to jegs.com for anything you need to fix your everyday vehicle up or even that hot rod you have. Okay, I feel like I'm interviewing a brother of mine because we are the same. We both are racers. We work on our own race cars. I really admire this man, Ryan Preece. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Kenny. And it's funny, I feel the same way. So it's been quite the road. Honestly, whenever I talk to you, I think about the first time I actually met you, which was when Kevin Bono Mannion rented your race shop behind your house, and I was racing for him, and this was probably 2013, 2014, so a long time ago. And definitely time has passed me by.
Anti-gun groups are racing to kill this. Here's how to lock it in first. National Concealed Carry Reciprocity.
It's funny how us racers think the same.
I'll be carrying soon.
I don't want to get too far off, but Butch Miller was a man that taught me what we call the polar moment of the car.
Hippie tree hugger.
It's the axis of the race car that you can add weight, and it really
that's pretty.
Doesn't bother the car. And for our late models, it was to the left of the transmission. Now your mods are a little different, but I watched Bono do some meticulous work on that car and melt some lead right under your brake, in your brake area, and boy, I really liked going down there and watching him work on that car. Hey, speaking of that, let's stay right there for a minute. That was a time in your career that you were working, obviously, in my shop behind my house in Concord, North Carolina. Man, you were dominating at that time.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's very easy to forget those days, when you're focused on where you're at right now. But yeah, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 were really, career-defining moments for me. I was racing weekly at Stafford Speedway, Thompson Speedway, Riverhead in Long Island, as well as traveling up and down the East Coast, going to race in Southern Modified Series, as well as
okay, now all of these...
the NASCAR Wheel Modified Tour and various different tours, as I'm sure you guys have out your way. So
Kenny's going to read a list of his accolades and stuff in this, but that's kind of the basic premise of this this interview, and I'm looking forward to watching the second half of that, but that's what I came across and shared on my Twitter and shared on my Facebook, because it's awesome. He's a generation ahead, but that's just how we went to all the same tracks and all the same places just 20 years prior. And Dad knew his grandfather, raced with his grandfather. They even his grandfather owned a car that my dad built. He purchased it from this guy, Billy Hood, and Marvin Rifkin sponsored it with M&H Tire. It was just like a really cool deal. Dad got to work with Bob Judkins for a while, and the car was number 7, not 2X. So it's in my banner. It's the one right above the K. Let me see. What is it? Right above the K in RFK on my banner. That's the number 7 that his grandfather worked with my dad on. Okay, let's jump to this. So anyway, you get the gist of that. I'll be watching that later after my stream. And Let's go to the rest of Talladega. This is Michael McIntyre's, I think, video. It's raw feed. Gonna skip ahead because see, this is a 4.5 hour stream. Now we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do the Reader's Digest condensed version. Hopefully do it in an hour. So let's go.
You're down, all you can think about is the day you're going to get back on top.
I mean, we just tuned some other things, put some different.
Is there anybody within 1,000 miles of here that hasn't congratulated you this week?
No, not really, but when you have a successful weekend like we did, such a dominated car like we did, you know, you sit back and pretty well enjoy it that way. But it was just a good day, man. Them guys built that brand new race car, and the thing unloaded good, and hopefully we can even do a third of that today, and we'll have a good day.
Okay, watch for Bobby Hamilton to come through the field. Dave?
Hey, hanging out with the Alabama gang, we found the Intimidator. Starts on the outside of the front row, and I may not be able to get a question in edgewise here. That car was so good, and
they got to say, gentlemen, start your engine. They got to do it. The Alabama gang's got to do it together, and they're trying to get together. That's hard for them to do.
I'll go off of my screen for a little bit,
you know.
and I'll be back on my camera.
Don't start down there.
I gotta use the ladies' room.
I gotta ask you about
Red
It
Farm.
was real good, and then it looked like it was kind of going south on you in happy hour. Where did you end up? Was it good?
We found a few little problems. We had a gear that was tightening up on
Bobby
us,
Allison, what a
we feel
shot
like
right
some
there.
Of the problem, and we just tuned some
Legendary.
other things, put some different headers on it that
Wow.
we feel like are better. So I hope we're good. We did some things like that at Daytona, changed engines and things right before the race. So work there to work here.
Let's see, he did win Daytona, didn't he? And the Black School Bus Brigade are ready for another one. He's a 7-time winner here. That's tops all time. They're ready for number 8. And yes, there is a double meaning there. Let's get down to basics. To Ray's Garage and the round black things.
Okay.
The Goodyear Eagle is the racing tire of the top 3 NASCAR divisions. Now right here we have a tire that we've taken a cutaway section so that you can see the inner liner. Basically, this is just a tire inside a tire. Now, if a driver is to run over a piece of debris or lose air pressure in this outside tire, the inner liner is designed to help him safely get to pit road. And at speeds of over 180 miles an hour, this little device has saved an awful lot of lives. Maybe hard to believe that this was designed back in 1965, but the important thing to remember is today it still works.
All right, thank you, Ray. Fire up your laptop, folks. Hit NASCAR online, www.nascar.com, or the auxiliary site, NASCAR at 50, taking you back in time. Features, driver chats, tributes to the past, all that 50th anniversary stuff. And join ESPN for NASCAR's Night in Hollywood, a golden celebration. Celebrities, we got them. Dwayne Eddy, Penn and Teller, Sister Sledge, Sugar Ray, George Thorogood. Special guests, got those two. Tim Allen, Jay Leno, Craig T. Nelson. Big night, you got it. NASCAR's Night in Hollywood, a golden celebration. Next Saturday at 7 o'clock only on ESPN.
Ready?
going to the coast. NASCAR's night in Hollywood, followed by a big day at California Speedway. We're live at 3 o'clock Eastern with the pre-race NASCAR today, heading out west. Got 1/4 of the way to the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship, or maybe in the middle of the anthem. In common. And Brett Bodine is the only Bodine who made the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm told that the including this race in '81, and raced here long after he stopped chasing the whole Winston Cup circuit. And Neil Bonnet, Allison's protege, another now departed hero of this star-crossed gang, also scored a Talladega win. Neil's came early with the Wood brothers way back in 1979. They were fun-loving ambassadors for their sport and their state. They were stalked by tragedy wherever they went. But the boys from Hueytown made the home folks proud and wrote their own brilliant chapter in the history of NASCAR. Take it back further into the grid. Best Roush car starts 18th. That's Geoff Burton. Well, we had to expect an announcement soon about Wally Dallenbach, who starts 21st. He may be getting a new page on his resume. First Winston Cup start for Dennis Setzer. Look at him, 26th, fastest second day. That's an Elliott car. From victory lane last week to the outside of row 15 for Bobby Hamilton. He'll start 30th. And then look at the big names in the back. Jeremy Mayfield, Mark Martin, Johnny Benson, Ted Musgrave. What do those guys have in common? And Brett Bodine is the only Bodine who made the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm told that the fans are on their feet for very good reason. David Kirsch is about to render our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, remain standing for our national anthem, presented this afternoon by country music artist Curb Records' David Kirsch.
You know, Curb Records, they've done a lot for racing and still do, even in drag racing.
What so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
I'm looking at the teams, you know.
Saved us that star-spangled banner yet wave.
See who's with
For
who.
the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right. Fans ready for the start. We've got a lot more drivers they're going to be talking to here as we move closer to the start of this event. Let's go to Bill Weber, who's with the defending Winston Cup champion.
And Jeff Gordon rolls off 6th. He's got 3 teammates in the top 10. He's got his car owner here. You're all set to go, huh? This is a tricky place.
Well, I think we're ready to go, ready to get this thing started, see what we're going to have in store for us today. But car was great yesterday in final practice, and you know, I just hope that I can keep it up front, and we can have some good, consistent pit stops all day, and hopefully finish somewhere towards the front.
Good luck.
Thank you.
That's Jeff Gordon, and let's go to Ray Dunlap.
Bill, I have never seen anything like this. 6 or 7 cars still sit in the inspection line over here with 2 of the cars still at the gas pumps. Now you're looking at the Miller Lite Ford that Rusty Wallace drives, and he's the last car in the line. Evidently they had some sort of a chain which was holding up the rear sway bar. NASCAR didn't like the looks of it, told them they had to take it off, so they had to go back through the inspection line, and they're at the very tail of the field, and the start of the race isn't that far off.
All right. We are told, though, that everybody's going to make it. At least they'll make it back for the start. Wallace's car reportedly is okay. 10:30 Eastern time tonight. NASCAR card, NHRA. We've got it all for you on NASCAR, on ESPN. I'll try that one more time. On RPM tonight. I think we should get more on this Rusty Wallace story and try to get to the bottom of that. Ray, are you still over there? What's going on?
Yeah, I sure am, Dave, and they just put the restrictor plate on. Rusty, what was the bottom line that made you go to the back of the line here in inspection?
I don't know. I just walked up here. I was down for driver's introduction. They had some type of problem with the sway bar that was bound up, they thought. So they checked it, and everything checked out okay. So they're back in line, and everything's okay. There's double precautionary check measures, but it's perfect. It's race ready.
Well, good luck. It's always frantic here at Talladega, and things look a little frantic down here in the inspection line for a while.
This guy doesn't look frantic. Dale Jarrett looks cool, calm, collected, and ready to go do 500, what, careful miles today, maybe?
Yeah, that'd be nice if everybody would follow that. But I think we've got a good race car and just have to stay out of trouble and get ourselves in position at the end to try to win.
When you have the situation the Taurus has, you're disadvantaged here, many would argue. What is the strategy? I mean, you're in a battle for a championship. What do you want to get out of this race today?
Well, certainly we're here to win, as we are at each and every race, but the main thing is to come out of here not losing points. We've got to have a good finish, and so we're going to do whatever it takes to do that. I'm going to be a little bit careful, try to keep myself out of any situation that could be hazardous to us, and see if we can finish the day on a good note. And, you know, if that's a top 5 or top 10, hopefully it's in victory lane, but we're going to do what we can to get as many points as we can.
Sounds like a pretty good strategy. Good luck today to Dale Jarrett as the Quality Care Ford Credit team prepare to tee it up. Well, it's been a very interesting and somewhat apprehensive week here, and the reason for that is the big potential for the big problem. There's been a lot of talk about shock absorbers. How tight do you bolt the car down to the racetrack, and what is the potential problem in that, the difficulty in driving the car? If you're a veteran and you've been doing this for a long, long time, that's one thing. But what if you're a newcomer like Jerry Nadeau, and you're starting way up here toward the front of the field? I'm not sure we're going to get the opportunity. Yeah, we'll get a quick opportunity. I want to know if you're nervous, and I want you to be honest about your first start here.
Well, I think if somebody says they're not nervous, I think there's something wrong with them. I mean, of course you're going to be a little bit nervous, but biggest thing here is just to get a good run, get a good start, make sure everybody stays in line and there's really no trouble. And I think if we can get through the first melee, hopefully there won't be a melee, but if we can get through the first one, I think we'll be okay for the rest of the day.
I wish you good luck. Be careful out there. Here's the bottom line, I think, on this afternoon's event. Yesterday, we saw the big crash fest in the Busch race. But if you watch that race carefully, something is very obvious. There were a lot of mistakes that were brought about by inexperience. You don't have all that much inexperience here today. What you have is a lot of guys who have been here a lot of times and know a lot about this racetrack and a lot about what can go wrong here. There's no way to race carefully, I don't think, but at the end of the day, I'm not sure you're going to see the same kind of race today that we saw yesterday. We wish them a safe 500 miles. We remind you that the race is over on ABC. Meanwhile, right here on ESPN2, we'll have the National Aerobics Championship, so you face a difficult decision. I suspect you'll watch the race. I'm Dave Despain for the whole crew here for NASCAR today. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in California next week. Mayfield, 6 of the drivers in the top aerobics championship, so you face a difficult decision. I suspect you'll watch the race. I'm Dave Despain for the whole crew here for NASCAR today. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in California next week.
NASCAR 500 NASCAR Winston Cup race, the 9th event of 1998. Rusty Wallace is atop the point standings by 33 over his teammate Jeremy Mayfield. 6 of the drivers in the top 10 have won a race here, but neither of the top 2. Dale Earnhardt, who won Daytona earlier this year, has the most wins of any active driver. He's won 7 times at this facility.
Despite the fact that Pontiac has never won a restrictor plate race, Bobby Labonte's runner-up finish in the past 2 outings, plus his pole start today, should establish him as the odds-on favorite. Dale Earnhardt's long-awaited win in this season-opening Daytona 500, plus an unprecedented 7 victories here at Talladega, should make him at least the co-favorite. However, in yesterday's final practice session, the car was characterized as sluggish. The crew made some changes. We won't know. You won't know, and most importantly, they won't know if they fix it until the green flag waves. Who's my sleeper? Well, starting back in 4th spot is Kenny Schrader. In Daytona, Schrader's charged from 31st to 4th, driving with a broken sternum and a backup car. Now, with a little bit of luck today, possibly Schrader can break a 210-race, 7-year victory drought and go to victory lane where he won his first race right here at Talladega.
Talladega is a place of records. Mark Martin holds the ultimate 500-mile speed record at 188 miles an hour plus. He set it here 1 year ago. But Talladega's also been the scene of some of the sport's most devastating crashes. Who can forget Dale Earnhardt getting airborne in the Tri-Oval and then suffering the worst career-type injuries that he's ever had? Or how about Rusty Wallace crashing violently and spinning and flipping just past the start-finish line? This is a place that drivers not only fear, but they love, because the separation between that fear and love is very narrow. It's also a place where you have to run on instinct. You don't have time to think. So what do you do in a 190-mile-an-hour bobble in front of you? It may spell devastation, but it also could mean opportunity. At Talladega, it's a question mark not only for the cars, but for the drivers as well.
No one knows who truly holds the keys that unlock the secret of success here at Talladega. This is a slide track, a 2.6-mile ribbon of asphalt, a blend of high banks, low blows, and multiple grooves. Weaving your way through traffic on its inviting straightaways is like trying to thread a needle in the dark. In the car, as a driver, your legs cramp, your eyes burn with strain, your engine's running. Often, it's your heart that stops. A year ago, this field flew around this track, caution-free. Can they do it again? Maybe, but only if a racer trained to win can accept the temporary setback of possibility of defeat. It's a mind-boggling issue that everyone must face. Today, someone will find their way to victory lane. Will they find the keys that unlock the secret to success at Talladega, or will they just get lucky?
Hi, everyone, and welcome to what is always an incredible afternoon of racing. You know, compared with some of the other tracks that the NASCAR Winston Cup drivers compete on, like Bristol and Martinsville, you would think that the physical strain on these drivers isn't that great here at Talladega, but is it, Benny?
Well, over the years, Talladega has been a very easy racetrack for the drivers physically. Not anymore. The vibration in the race car is unbelievable. Here's the reason. NASCAR uses a restrictor plate under the carburetor to slow the cars down. The plate robs that engine of about 40% of its power. Now, the team's trying to replace some of that lost speed. Use soft springs so the car will squat and get down out of the air. Also, the shock absorbers are adjusted to hold the car down there, especially in the rear. So the back of the car becomes almost solid, similar to a go-kart. The ride is so rough, some of the drivers are using mouthpieces to keep from chipping their teeth. Bob, this is going to be interesting.
Well, there have been interesting races in the past. 8 drivers have won their very first NASCAR Winston Cup race here. The drivers are alone in their cars now, about to start their drive of 500 miles.
Too many miles of road, just start driving. Just start driving. And let the wheel roll. Now let it roll.
3,231 miles have already been raced in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series this year, but the drivers look no further than the next 500, which will be contested inches apart at near 200 miles an hour. And so, Robin Roberts, the challenge has been accepted by these brave men, in the process of finding the best at Talladega is about to begin. Now to our wide World of Sports studio in New York.
Between the Allisons, Davey Allison, of course, and then Neil Bonnet just gave the hometown fans so many thrills at this great racetrack. It was their turf for a long, long time. Some of the best races, some of the best finishes we've ever seen here at Talladega involved the Allison's plan over the years. Field now coming to life on pit road as we get set to go. Some of the cars literally just making it to their positions on the grid. Some difficulties in the inspection line for some of the teams trying to get their cars to 100% NASCAR specifications before we go racing. They'll sit on pit road for a moment before they come out onto the speedway and make a couple of pace laps. So while they do, why don't we here in Talladega as we celebrate NASCAR's 50th anniversary of this 1998 season. This NASCAR Classic finish sponsored by BUSCH Auto Parts Store.
With Chevrolet leading the manufacturer's race. Bobby Labonte has his second straight restrictor plate pole, and Dale Earnhardt, a 7-time winner here at Talladega, on the front row. Row 2, Terry Labonte, who won last fall's race here, and Ken Schrader in his 400th career start. Morgan Shepherd has 13 top 10 finishes here, and Jeff Gordon, who was 5th last May. In the 4th row, it's Derek Cope, his second straight Talladega top 10 start, and Lake Speed, first top 10 start of 1998. Dale Jarrett will start 9th. He has 3 second-place finishes here, and Randy LaJoie, who had a career-best 5th-place finish last week at Martinsville. Joe Nemechek, yesterday's winner in the Busch race, and Jerry Nadeau, the highest starter among the rookies. Starting 13th will be Ricky Rudd in his 43rd Talladega start, and Sterling Marlin, who has 5 restrictor plate race wins. As you take a look at the rest of the starting lineup, this indeed is a track of extremes. This is the track where the record for the most lead changes was established back in May of 1984 when 75 lead changes occurred. And the track that has the most different leaders, 26, that occurred in July of 1986.
See Darrell Walter, Kenny Irwin, the leading rookie contender, and Dennis Setzer driving for Bill Elliott this race. One race deal. David Green, Dave Marcus starting his 55th Talladega race. The winner last week, Bobby Hamilton, all the way back in row 15. Billy Standrich. And Billy Standrich, Jeff Bodine did not make the field today, so Standrich has the Phillips sponsorship on the 47 car today.
Dick Brooks won from the worst starting position back in 1973. He won from the 24th starting spot. The pole position really is not the best place to start historically. 11 winners have come from there. The second starting spot has produced the most winners, 16. Now we're back into the provisional starters, including Brett Bodine and Steve Grissom. And all alone back in row number 22, the 43rd starter is Robert Presley. A long list of drivers missed the field here this weekend, including Jeff Bodine, Hut Strickland, and Jeff Green, and Todd Bodine. So Brett Bodine, the only one of the 3 Bodine brothers who made the field. Here's Jerry Punch.
A problem for a couple of cars during last-minute inspection. Now, what NASCAR does is they put weights on the back of the cars to make sure the cars aren't too soft in the springs and don't dip down going through inspection. Rusty Wallace's Miller Lite Ford went through inspection, and when they put weights on the back of the car, they realized the rear sway bar was bound up with a chain. They brought the car back to the garage, put it up on jack stands, had to neutralize the car, which means take the front sway bar loose, the rear sway bar loose, reattach them, change the shocks, take it off the jack stands, and back through inspection. They just did get the car in line to roll off on the grid. Let's check in with Jack Arute.
Jerry, one car that didn't get in line in time was Kenny Schrader, starting his 400th career Winston Cup start. He actually took the command to start engines while he was still in inspection. Now, I checked with Andy Petrie. He said there was nothing wrong with the car. It's just that we got in line late. It took so much time to inspect all the cars that we ended up taking the command back in Gasoline Alley.
Wow.
The cars have come off of quarter number 4 onto the tri-oval. They're looking for the green flag.
Those
now,
changes to Wallace's car were drastic.
Turn number 1. You can see the pace car.
I hope they went back to old notes.
Turn and going on to pit road as we are about to go green for the Die Hard 500 here at Talladega Super Speedway. 188 laps of racing around this 2.66-mile track. Bobby Labonte on the pole outside of row number 1. Dale Earnhardt, who broke a long winless streak earlier this year at Daytona. The race is on.
Believe it or not, it takes about 5 miles for these cars to get up to top speed. There we see the brothers Labonte on the inside, Bobby and Terry trying to hook up, work toward the front. Meanwhile, the 3 abreast behind them.
And Schrader took a look up high, but he was blocked by Dale Earnhardt. Now the line forms 2 abreast as they go through the banking in turns 3 and 4. led the first lap at Daytona this year, and he leads the first lap here. It's the 70th lap and third race that he has led in 1998.
Dale Jarrett hung right in the middle of the three abreast run. No one to work with. Meanwhile, Lake Speed, Mike Skinner trying to get by Jeff Gordon. They will sneak into line.
About 7 or 8 cars are running in single file formation. Then they're 2 by 2, and in fact 3 wide in some places, as again they head for the 33 degrees of banking. There's Dale Jarrett in the middle between Sterling Marlin up high and Ricky Rudd on the inside. First lap, 162.7 miles an hour. This one will be faster because the engines are still getting up to full speed. Second lap, 190.533 for Bobby Labonte.
Sterling Marlin follows Joe Nemechek. This is the Coors Light onboard camera. I'm sorry, that's Jerry Nadeau that he's following. Nemechek, the car below, the 42 car.
They're still 3 wide now. John Andretti down to the inside in the 43 car. Elliott goes by Jarrett. Elliott in the 94 McDonald's sponsored car. Right behind him is Ernie Irvin.
And Jarrett just cannot find anyone to work with.
Joe check up on the right side, the high side of the racetrack. And look how low they are through the trioval, but you don't want to get those left side tires in that bottom lane because it's flat down there and can upset the car.
Exactly. You lose your wedge, it deals into the car, and the car can spin. Now Ricky Rudd is caught in the middle. Can he and Jarrett hook up? And Kyle Petty is also in the 3 abreast line.
We have 7 cars that have broken away from the others, then 3, and then this great group of cars. And again, they remain 3 wide. Ricky Rudd is the one in the middle. Riding along with the points leader going into this race, Rusty Wallace.
Ricky Rudd got caught in the middle. That allowed Dale Jarrett to get to the inside. And Rusty Wallace is down trying to get some help to work his way to the front.
And you can see that Bobby Labonte's last lap was 192.2, but he was not the fastest at the top 5. Dale Jarrett lost 10 spots as he was caught there in the middle and couldn't find anybody to draft with him. Here's the front group of cars. Bobby Labonte, Terry Labonte, Dale Earnhardt, and Ken Schrader running in the top 4. There are the top 10 as 4 of the 188 laps have been completed in the Die Hard 500. Back with more in just a moment.
Okay, I'm going to skippity-bippity ahead here, y'all. Because that's how I kind of do. Just to roll it along.
Yeah.
Just like in real life.
Running in the 9th position. 41 laps have been completed. Live coverage of the Die Hard 500 here at Talladega on ABC Sports.
Sterling, Jarrett, Labonte, Earnhardt, Schrader, Cope, Andretti, Elliott, Petty, and Lake Speed. Top 10.
Thank you.
Skippity-bippity, skippity-bippity. Uh-oh. What's going on? Green flag pit stops.
Bill Elliott with...
Let's see.
With Randy LaJoie, his teammate, and Morgan Shepherd, and that's Dale Earnhardt's teammate. Those 3 cars are being worked on along with Ernie Irvin at this end of pit road, and away it goes Jeff Gordon. And Randy LaJoie makes a track bar adjustment, but he's a little bit slower and has a problem refiring the car, but he's off and away.
Ernie Irvin leads this group off of pit road. Here comes Randy LaJoie, and here come the field at full speed. So these drivers are undoubtedly going to lose a lap here.
Boy, the motors were already sounding different from 97 to 98.
Look at all these cars coming down pit road. Terry Labonte, Chad Little, Rusty Wallace, Rudd.
Down to Jackaroon again.
And Central.
Once again, Terry Labonte's crew goes to work. The Kellogg's team taking a look at the outside tires. It'll be a 4-tire stop for Terry Labonte. He knows what it takes to win here, and although maybe the tires could go long enough, they want to make sure. Let's go to Jeff Burton's pit stop and Dr. Jerry Pond.
The car was too tight. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment in the right front and right rear, and also they were going to change the track bar. Now they're working on trying to get the hood up in Jeff Burton's car. Apparently it is stalled on pit road. Frankie Stoddard and the crew working on the right side. They are talking to Burton on the radio as it was coming down pit road. It made a noise, and now they have raised the hood. This was not planned in the pit stop. As they are talking to Jeff Burton, and they are taking the window net down. Obviously not a good sign for the car number 99, the X-Side Ford. We'll double check with the crew and see exactly what may have happened coming down pit road and get back in just a moment.
Wow, a tough break for Jeff Burton, one of the Roush cars. You see other drivers making pit stops here. Brett Bodine is at the bottom of your screen. Meanwhile, it is Jimmy Spencer and Lake Speed who are exiting the pits, and here comes Kenny Wallace also. And again, here comes the lead pack.
The 3-car, Dale Earnhardt, is the leader. We see Jeff Gordon right in front of Earnhardt. He would love to stay there just in case the caution flag would come out.
Bill Weber has the call of Kyle Petty's pit stop.
Well, Kyle Petty has slid through his pit stall. Now his team will have to push him back into the pits, and they'll have to make their 2-tire change and put in the fuel. Kyle came zooming down pit road, went through his pit, could not apply the brakes. Now he's back in his stall, getting tires and fuel and a drink of water. Very disappointing. A great run going for Kyle Petty. Sterling Marlin has been in and out. Kyle's teammate John Andretti's also on pit road. Now Kyle takes off.
That was a tough break.
After gaining all those positions on the racetrack, he loses several in the pits. Here comes Dale Earnhardt, closely followed by Bobby Labonte, as other drivers now are making their first round of pit stops under green. Doc?
55 miles an hour down pit road. The key here is to get the car completely full of gas. Chevrolet for Earnhardt, Pontiac for Bobby Labonte as they begin to work on the right side of the Dale Earnhardt car. They are going to make an air pressure adjustment on the right side to tighten up the Goodrich Chevrolet. They also were going to make a wedge adjustment in Bobby Labonte's Pontiac. He also was loose. Earnhardt is down the way. So is Labonte. Here is Derek Coates as Kenny Schrader comes out. They all head back to turn 1 at 55 miles an hour.
And you can drive faster on the highways here in Alabama than 55, but that's this pit road speed because NASCAR wants to make it as safe as possible for those crew members.
They certainly don't have all the congestion.
While they all dice it out and figure out where everybody's at, I'll show you a quick view from this morning of the sun rising over Pond St. Louis in South Daytona area where they used to race on the beach. This is the old racetrack from the beach. This is just about an hour ago. The sun rose. And they raced right here. The dunes is still there. Used to make this is the south turn, and then there's the north turn restaurant out there. So this is where they used to, where NASCAR started.
So who is leading this
we'll
thing?
Jump to live and see. That's live. We'll get back to the race. All right.
Boy, look at Dale Jarrett get that run off.
They're making a move. Mark Martin and Chad Little
both running extremely well here at this point in the race. Chad Little is in 4th position and Mark Martin is 6th. Bill Weber.
And Mark Martin has marched his way forward early.
Okay, there's the run.
Earnhardt, Dale Jarrett, Chad Little. Then the number 5 car of Terry Labonte, Mark Martin, and Jeff Gordon, your top 7. Leading the top 10 is Barry Cope, Bill Elliott, and the 40 car Sterling Marlin.
Looks speed went from 10th to like 20th.
Second in points going into this race, Jeremy Mayfield. Bill, is he having problems?
He had problems at the early portion of the race, Bob. Jeremy wasn't very good at practice. Obviously, he didn't qualify well, so they put in a new Larry Wallace motor today. In fact, at the beginning of the race, Jeremy was pretty darn good. Too good. He got too close to Bobby Hamilton, and when Hamilton started leaking oil, all that oil went all over Mayfield's windshield. He had to drop to the rear of the field because literally he could not see where he was going. He has a plastic sheet over that windshield, but because NASCAR has not allowed an extra man over the wall yet, the team did not have the manpower to pull that sheet off the windshield when Jeremy pitted. They cleaned it. It's better, but right now he's having trouble making up that track position he lost. He basically had 190 miles an hour. He couldn't see where he was going.
Well, Jeremy's car owner is Michael Kranevus and Roger Penske. And Penske Racing got off to a great start, but in the last 3 races, neither Rusty Wallace nor Jeremy Mayfield has finished in the top 5. Up front we go once again to see that Bobby Labonte.
I mean, I skipped through like a long green flag till the pit stops, and I'm about to do it again now that we saw the rundown. Kenny Wallace is up to 12.
Jared sneaks out. Chad Little says, I'll go with you. He's up on the inside of Earnhardt.
Oh, they hung Earnhardt.
Couple of Fords hooking up to pass by the Chevy of Dale Earnhardt and maybe the Pontiac of Bobby Labonte.
Chad moves up in front of Earnhardt. Kind of leaves Terry Labonte hung out on the inside. But here comes Jeff Gordon and Kenny Wallace.
Good run for Kenny Wallace, who also had a good pit stop to put him up here in the lead draft. Checking the speeds at the line. Look, Kenny was the fastest that lap.
That's because he was catching the draft down on the bottom of the racetrack. 196 mile per hour average.
Second was Ward Burton, and Derek Cope was third quick that past lap.
Now as we get caught up with the field and get to these other cars, they will slow down to the same speed the other cars are running.
Kenny working to the inside of Sterling Marlin. And here comes the lead group of cars through the tri-oval.
Well, he will not be able to catch up with these cars. They go blowing by him.
Thought it might have been the start of green flag pit stops.
That next group of cars to go by because he's still not up to speed.
These restrictor plate motors just cannot get up to speed that quickly. So now 5 cars up in the lead draft. And a very lonely feeling for Dale Jarrett here at Talladega.
Yes, just to watch those cars drive away and be able to do nothing about it.
I wish I was streaming live yesterday. My son and I were installing a new motor in the window of my van. The passenger side wouldn't go up and down, and so we had to put a new motor in it, and it was so funny. Like, we have everything all apart, and we're just about like getting everything lined up, and it starts to downpour, and I run in the house. No, I run to the back of the van and I grab an umbrella. I said, "Do you need an umbrella?" "Yeah, quick." And I come out with this one, then it's from my mom, and it's like all frilly and everything. And it's little. It's like a sun parasol almost.
DJ by himself back there?
And my son is standing there holding this thing. It looks drowned. This frilly umbrella, and he says, "You got a bigger one?" I about died. I said, "Oh God, I wish I was filming that." And I did end up getting our big, sand umbrella from the beach, but I had to go in the house and dig it out.
Okay.
So, but that was like just the most pitiful thing. I'm standing there with that frilly little umbrella. You got a bigger one? Mental image.
What you drive and the way you drive it, the choice is clear, correct? Thank you.
DJ tighten some lug nuts? Did DJ stop and tighten some lug nuts?
Well, we got to see pit stops under the
Benny DJ just stopped in to top off the
break.
fuel. This caution was a break for him to put him back in the cycle. Remember, he had pitted back on lap 97.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And right side tires only for the 43 and the 90. But DJ was fuel only. That helps him big time.
Okay,
Burton and Sterling Marlin complete the top 10.
Lap 115.
Remember how the race started? They ran side by side, and have an opportunity right now to do the same thing. Now we see them 3 abreast off turn 2 already.
That's the only bad thing about having a caution in the middle of the race. You bunch up the field, and again, you increase the chances of something going wrong in this high-speed ballet.
I've been here in person in 96 and 97. You feel the speed in the infield. Now, I've never been in the bleachers, so I don't really know. I've been up in the scorer's tower, and you're kind of insulated, but in the infield, you can feel like that rumble that you would feel at a drag strip from just the G-forces. You feel that rumble in your chest, like similar to going to a top fuel drag race or something. If you ever done that, you know what I mean. You physically feel the speed around you and the G-forces.
Not only is Kenny Wallace doing a great job on the racetrack, but
that part of it's really cool. The wrecking part's not cool. I've never seen such wrecked race cars in my life. It's almost nauseating.
Green flag. He made a stop with the Labonte brothers with Geoff.
I was here when Craven did the barrel roll down the turn 1 or turn 4 there.
This is his first restrictor plate race of 1984. Wallace was unable to qualify for the Daytona.
Saw that car come in. I was about sick on my stomach.
On the outside, Kyle
about
Petty
threw up.
on the inside.
Let's see what else is
lap down. And again, these
72
cars
to
all
go.
bunched up now as they try.
Here's some more green flag pit
As
stops.
does his teammate Geoff Gordon. Now the question mark for Labonte is
Oh no, they're not green flag. Everyone's going slow.
without another pit stop. A gas and go for Mark Martin, and he will make a gamble. Let's go to Jerry Bunch as Geoff Gordon beats his teammate out.
White tires only for the 18 cars.
Boy, oh boy. Oh my God. That's so
All the
close.
way. Labonte got him full of fuel. It is a mad scramble down pit road for what was probably the final pit stop of the day, unless we get another caution flag.
Boy, a busy pit road and an even busier
Pit
exit.
members are the
Everybody
ones
scrambles
scaring
to
me.
get the
They were
best
like
track position. And Kenny Wallace
What?
has a problem. Oh no.
The right front tire does not have any lug nuts on it.
Oh my
He's trying
God.
his best to get back to his pit. And he's torn up the fender. We know how important aerodynamics can be, but we'll let tire stay up until he can get back to the pits. Stay on there. Just stay
How
right
the
there,
heck
tire.
would that happen?
Maybe he can make it.
The gun brake or something?
And it just rolled off, but he made it, or almost made it. Oh, a tough break for Kenny Wallace, because that car and the crew had performed so well here at Talladega today. So the second caution is out, and the restart should be coming up.
It wasn't on the lugs. He hit all the
things, and
it wasn't even on the lugs. That's awful.
We might ought to check. I would speculate that we see he's over the line there, so he's got that penalty.
His tires aren't, though.
What, 15 seconds or something? I would speculate that some of the guys
But I don't
on
know
a
if it's
gas
the
only
cowl
on
or the
81,
tires.
and it's got to tell the right front tire man, or he didn't misunderstand. And Terry Labonte came out of that last.
The last car on a lead lap. What a tough break for a crew that gets up at 5:30 in the morning during the week and goes to a local gym in Charlotte to try to get developed for these over-the-wall efforts.
Indeed. Well, you can keep up with what's going on in NASCAR by visiting their website, www.nascar.com. Also, their auxiliary site, NASCAR at 50, as you relive the last 50 years with
big spot from 25th.
Kyle Petty is not on the lead lap in that 44.
I missed green flag by, I think, one.
He's in 27th position. Jackaroo.
They're back
guys,
around
don't forget
again.
about that second stop. Think about the difference between 2 tires and 4 tires. Terry Labonte had a long stop, but he got 4 new Goodyears, and that's helped him in that run to the front.
Yes, indeed, it has. Now side by side, Lake Speed and Dale Earnhardt, and here comes Elliott inside.
Elliott's gotten a run again. Warburton's going to give him a hand, and now Lake Speed gets caught in the middle of 3 abreast. Oh, Lake, there's somebody out there. Be careful.
It's Chad Little up there on the top of the racetrack. Now here comes Michael Waltrip in the 21 car.
And Kenny Wallace.
Despite the problem on pit road,
Today's
that
Sunday.
81 car is still running well.
T-minus 3 days for the. Oh my God!
Hard in the wall. Major crash here on the front stretch. A car upside down. That's Bill Elliott.
God, I hate that.
And Dale Earnhardt was on his side as he came down through the tri-oval. A major crash here at the tri-oval. Car still.
We see a wheel rolling across the racetrack. Knocked the wheel off somebody's car.
And that is exactly what we were talking about. When the cars get bunched up,
and oh man, what great news that is. That's Bill Elliott taking his visor up. He's taking his gloves off like he's in the garage. There comes John Andretti. And look at this car.
Oh my gosh, and a fire burning there in the engine compartment, but we saw from the in-car camera that Bill Elliott was moving around inside, and man, that is great news.
Jesus, Lake also on a shoestring here.
Severely damaged on the right front. Let's take a look at the replay of what happened when the cars were here right before they crossed the starting line.
There's Elliott. Warburton gets in the side of Earnhardt. Just touches him. Elliott in there on the roof, sliding across. We see Chad Little going down, hit Michael Waltrip. The 3 car gets banged from Jerry Nadeau, I think. Elliott's car now back on its wheels. You see Schrader down on the inside. Bobby Hamilton, heavy damage to Schrader's car.
Chad Little involved. Wow. A scary moment here at Talladega. Again, we take a look at Warburton making slight contact with Dale.
It's the guy behind him popped him.
Bill hit that wall
into
so
Dale.
hard.
Bill getting out of the car, Jerry.
Well, the best news a crew could have is when a driver can actually talk to him, and they did. We're able to communicate with Bill Elliott. They have
Didn't
also
he just
talked,
come
I'm
off a
told, down here
broken
with,
leg or something?
Dale
a couple years prior?
Earnhardt, able to talk after the cars have come to a rest, and what a whale of a lick. Elliott, a little bit groggy. As safety crews are on the scene, they will have him out on the stretcher, taken to the Hardwick Caraway Medical Center infield care center to take a look at Bill Elliott, but thankfully awake and alert, a little bit groggy, but getting out of the race car, and the red flag will come out because
Knocked
there is
the wind
debris
out of him.
all over this racetrack.
Well, we thought we were going to make it without one of these harrowing accidents. There is Dale
Walking.
Earnhardt, and that is also good news, and Bill is walking around. Boy, he's pretty groggy, but it looks like he's okay.
He refused his stretcher, and Earnhardt's checking on him, and oh man.
This is the ride that Bill Elliott took from his in-car camera. Let's ride with him.
Wow, this ought to be good. No warning.
Camera worked all the way through. Here's the other angle of it. Up hard into that wall.
Hard in that wall. Unbelievable contact in that wall.
Fortunately, the car did not get up into the catch fencing as Bobby Allison's did several years ago. But boy, there is a lot of damaged race cars. But apparently no driver injuries from this major accident that's brought out the red flag in the Die Hard 500 at Talladega. Kyle.
He was in the wreck too.
Oh yeah.
Now these guys got to build another car for Daytona.
Yep.
They just built this one for here. Yeah. Yes, Neil.
Yep. Okay. Sure.
Okay. Yep.
Yes. What? Oh, okay.
These are kind of cool shots, but I'll fast forward a little bit through here.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a big one. Good morning, Liz. Good to see you. Let's see. We're going to talk to some of the guys here. Schrader.
And that you guys have to operate on instinct. You don't have a margin for error anymore.
No, you know, first off, all the smoke goes up. And
Man, for 98 out, I'll get my breather right strips.
Everything was in the smoke,
so I'll
we had
be
to cut left, and someone got us in the left
Vogue.
turn,
It was the thing. They had just come out with them and a sponsor and everything.
Ride on those things that once
it
the initial
helps.
contact starts, it don't make much difference.
Good.
Now, believe
Thank
it or
you
not,
for
guys, they can't even decide whether they can get this car back into action or not until the racetrack goes back to caution. Bill Weber, right now, they're all just standing around like waiting for it to go back to yellow.
And it's good to see Morgan Shepherd standing around. I know you'd rather be out on the track in the car, but you're all right.
Yeah, I'm fine. Got banged around a little bit. Lowe's Chevrolet was running good. You know, we was just sitting there riding, and next thing I know, all I could see was smoke. A couple of cars got together, I reckon, right in front of us, and there it went. You know, I really expected this to happen earlier in the race when cars was all over the place. I reckon that's when it happens, though, when you're kind of off guard.
Okay, that's Morgan Shepherd. Jerry Punches with Michael Waltrip.
Well, the damage may look severe to the 21 car, the Citgo Ford, but actually probably minimal compared to some of the other cars that have been carried by us on pit road. Michael's still sitting in his car. Mike, I got to ask you, what from your vantage point could you see out there?
I just saw the three get turned sideways, and it happened right in front of me, so I turned to the left to try to squirt by, and somebody came out of that mess and hit the Citgo Taurus in the door, which almost spun it, but I corrected it and drove back here. I mainly just have no chassis damage, mainly cosmetic damage, and that's what we're going to work on as soon as we get ready to go here. As Kenny Wallace said in Texas, it's mainly superficial or superstition. Now, wait a minute. There's one of them words.
All right. And, folks, he didn't even hit his head in that accident. He's fine. That's just Michael Waltrip. But taking a look at his race car, there's some pretty significant superstition, as he called it, some superficial damage. The left front fender is gone. The right front fender has been sheared away. They're going to do some work on this car, but right now under the red flag, no one can work on the race cars.
He's got superstitious
while they have
damage.
the red flag wave to the field.
That's funny.
19 cars were involved in one way or
always
another
good for
in
some
this
laughs
crash.
early
Take a
in
look at
his
the
career.
list of drivers who suffered
After
some
we lost
kind of
Dale,
damage in
things
the
all
accident.
got weird.
In 1948, an auto racing sanctioning body was formed, NASCAR, and today we continue a year-long celebration of its golden anniversary. NASCAR's 50th anniversary is brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic, the official soft drink of NASCAR fans. Since its opening in 1969, Talladega Superspeedway has been one thing to fan and drivers alike: speed. In 1970, Buddy Baker became the first man ever to run a 200-mile-an-hour lap on a closed course. 15 years later, Bill Elliott ran over 212 miles an hour, a Winston Cup record that still stands. In 1987, Bobby Allison had this horrific crash into the catch fencing. The course of racing would be changed forever. The crash led to NASCAR's introduction of the restrictor plate, which limited airflow to the engine and has kept speeds under 200 miles per hour. It was a series of frightening crashes here in '93 that led NASCAR to develop a new safety feature. To make the sport safer for drivers and fans, the roof flap was developed, designed to spoil airflow over the cars and keep them from becoming airborne. An innovation that has undoubtedly saved many drivers from injury. And certainly today, those roof flaps played a key role in keeping some cars on the ground when they got turned around in this massive crash that we have seen here in the Tri-Oval area. We have numerous replays. Let's watch them.
We're looking at Dale Earnhardt.
We'll watch one
Right in the
replay and then we'll
screen.
jump
He
ahead
gets tagged with the 22. He
to
goes down and just
back
hits
to
the
pit
94
stops in
driver
green.
and turns Bill head on in the wall. Now the other cars behind, they have nowhere to go.
Look
We
at
see
the
Derek
parts
Goh
fly.
spinning down through there. All in all, 19 cars involved.
The height
if
they
you were
get
behind
is
folks, where would you
crazy.
go? Another angle.
Elliott's car gets over on its side. It does not turn over completely because now it's going to turn back onto its wheels. But those cars that you see backwards and sideways, you would have seen airborne and maybe turning over were it not for the roof flaps that were developed a few years ago by NASCAR.
And watch. Now you're back in Bobby Hamilton in the 4 car. Where would you go? There's no place to go. You just ride it into smoke.
Visibility is zero with all the smoke that arises from the cars. Now with Mark
Crazy.
Martin.
All right, this might be a better view.
Just listen.
Oh no. Can't see crap. Oh, we had it. Almost.
And his windshield looks just like our camera lens there.
Yep.
Lord have mercy.
Now watch, let's see the 22 car. I thought maybe the left front touched the apron and put him up into Earnhardt, but I don't know if that's the case or not. He goes up, just touches Earnhardt, and he gets in the 94 car, and Sterling Marlin says, thank God I got through that.
Wow.
Michael Waltrip says he has cosmetic damage. Let's see how it occurred.
Oh, that's more than cosmetic.
He's going to need a lot of lipstick and rouge to fix the damage that was caused by Chad Little when he was
That's
slid
unhook
into.
all 4 A-frame
So we
shocks
do
and
have a
everything
red
and put
flag
a new
here
wheel on
as
it.
the debris is
They
being
can't do
cleaned up
nothing under
past
red.
the starting line for turn 1. More after these messages and a word from our AB.
Go to Jack Root.
Well, a man that had a great run going in the John Deere car, Chad Little, it just isn't going to work your way today. I mean, the car is tore up. Tell us what happened.
Well, I'll be honest with you. It happened about 4 cars in front of me, and all I saw is the 22 car and the 30 car come streaking right in front of us. And I turned to the left, and they said on reviewing it that we just barely got involved. But the second hit is what got me. First one wasn't so bad, but I'm fine. Say hi to Mom and Dad. And we'll just, you know, it's a shame, but that's part of the dangers of restrictor plate racing. We just almost expect one of these each time we race either Daytona or Talladega. We didn't have one at Daytona, so you knew we were going to have one here. And it's unfortunate. I mean, I like restrictor plate racing. I don't mind it a bit, but this is the unfortunate part about it is when you got 20 cars so tightly packed together, somebody makes a mistake, somebody gets turned, it's going to be a big pileup.
Is part of the situation with restrictor plate racing the fact that if somebody does get crossed up, you can't give them a break because you don't have time to give them a break?
Maybe not. You know, it is for the guys that are 3rd and 4th back from the accident where it started, but you know, usually it takes 2 cars to be in a wreck, generally, or even let's say somebody loses it by themselves. There's so many cars that are so close together, it's going to take them all out. If the track gets it all blocked, you just can't avoid it, and that's really what the deal is. It's not that the horsepower, it's not the restrictor plate. That's just the running so close together is a product of that, and that's what causes the wrecks.
And that's Talladega. Bob?
Yes, indeed. It's something that you hate to see, but it is inevitable. We will be going back to green flag racing here before too long. Next on ABC Sports, after our coverage of this race, Toyota presents the AMA Supercross Motorcycle Championship from Texas Stadium. Don't miss it. It's next on ABC Sports. We'll take a break from Talladega and be right.
Attack recall switch. 8200.
By the way, are we having a conference call tomorrow?
John, your version, what did you see and feel?
I didn't see anything. All I saw was
looked like the 94, somehow he got turned up in the wall. And heck, before I got to where the 94 got turned, the 30 car got turned, and he came T-bone car in front of me, so gotta go.
Okay, they're going to try and get him back out as well. Of course, NASCAR has told these teams that if they cannot get up to speed to one lap, do not bring your car back out on the track. And you can take a look at the STP Pontiac, and you can see it doesn't look anything like it did, obviously, before the caution or before the crash. But now they're going to try and get him back out. They're going to try and send him back out. He wants to get, again, like Rudd, at least one lap and pass all the other cars that are sitting back here in the garage for more points. Jerry Punch.
Well, the 30 car may look pretty severe, but actually, as far as a Winston Cup race car crew member is concerned, it isn't that bad. What they have done is broken a water line. They have burst the expansion tank that comes off the radiator. Doug Hewitt, the crew chief, there on his knees. He was trimming some of the front air dam away. He has taken a welder and welded what's left of the nose back into a bracket that goes into the front part of the frame. They have filled it back with water.
That'll help some.
They are going to fire the car up and try to get the 30 car back on the racetrack. This accident may have bent their race car, but it did not break their.
Another yellow, we'll drink up. Oh, don't seem too bad, but we'll drink it and have another yellow.
They're going green while they're under a TV caution.
Just as you rejoin us, the green flag comes back out after a long red flag.
TV timeout or whatever they call them.
The field, there are 15 cars on the lead lap.
15 cars, but a couple of those are damaged, as we see Bobby Labonte, the 18, the pole setter. Lead as he come off the second corner. There we see the 24 car and 81, Kenny Wallace.
The running order in the upper left of your screen. It's an amazing comeback for Kenny Wallace, who, remember, had that problem on pit road. Went off without the lug nuts tightened. He is back up in contention for the win. But right now it is Bobby
Still
Labonte,
says 40 to go, and this looks like, I don't know if it was short. It looked like it didn't have that much time left to go 40
Terry
laps.
Labonte 6th, and Sterling Marlin 7th.
56. About 45 minutes, I guess. Yeah. Wow.
Our points leader, Rusty Wallace, Jeremy Mayfield right now. Jeremy Mayfield is running in 10th spot, and Rusty is running in 12th. Both those cars
Looking at the lineup.
The big crash.
39 laps to go. Can we show you?
It's not too many on the lead lap anymore.
Now we're going to show you a First Plus financial field summary, and it will show you how their position on the racetrack now affects the point standings. And Jeremy Mayfield is back up into second. He was as low as 5th in the point standings at one time during this race. Jeff Gordon 4th and Terry Labonte 5th. Jeff Gordon was 2nd in the point standings at one time during the race.
There's a lot of, as always, in NASCAR Winston Cup racing, when the car's involved in the crash, they try to fix it, put it back on the racetrack. NASCAR has told the teams they must maintain
a lot of people that got listed there are out of the race.
To be able to stay on the
I was
track.
getting a little bit confused where they fit. It said Field 7.
Affecting the car aerodynamically, but really he got through that crash with relatively little damage.
Back to the lead, Labonte, Jarrett. Laps to go. 37 now. 37 laps to go.
The 22 car is Ward Burton, and he is the one that made initial contact with Dale Earnhardt to begin that series of crashes that we had, and cars turning up on their side. There he is. He's running in 9th position, so he got through okay.
And BNA Pontiac following the skip.
Wow, 15 on the lead lap.
This is right along with Ernie Irvin, or A1 Steak Sauce onboard camera. as he tries his best to close up on Sterling Marlin. That's Sterling right in front of him.
Ernie has not led today, but he had led at least one lap in the last 10
Still
races
green
here.
all the way.
Lake Speed is the red car that you see running there to your left on the inside of the racetrack. One of those cars that was involved in the big crash, but has gotten back out there.
Let's see what
Pulling
we're
away from a 2.2 second interval.
24 to go. They still ran green.
5.5 second interval on lap 162. More close racing back there in the backstretch. Picking up his spot.
Still green.
Spot in the top 5. And the 6th, Bobby Labonte up 3. Earnhardt down 1. And Spencer up 4 to 10th position in points right now.
Well, that's more point stuff. Which
Chad Lillard going back on the racetrack in the John Deere car.
Here we go. Watch those last 10 laps. 11 to go.
Down the backstretch, and when they cross the line next time, there'll be just 10 more laps to go.
Back in 4th and 5th, we've got a couple of Fords, Jimmy Spencer and Dale Jarrett, but I'm not sure that they can team up and do anything with Team Hendrick. The car's running 1-2. I'm sorry, Bob. We talk about tires blowing apart and damaging.
Trying to make sure I snooze the ads as much as I can.
It's almost trying to tear the hood
That's
off
why I
the car.
ran them in the beginning, so I can
That's what
snooze
happened
them
to
in
Michael
the end.
Waltrip just a few moments ago, but we have no caution on the racetrack, and Michael has made it to his pit. All right, back to the racetrack now with 9.5 laps to go. Terry Labonte did not have a good outing last week at Martinsville. He finished in 26th position, but his most recent win in NASCAR Winston Cup competition was here last October. And he is in front at the moment with Jeff Gordon right behind him. We're riding with Terry's brother Bobby, who is the pole sitter. Now the 76 Racing Challenge money was won last weekend by Bobby Hamilton after starting from the pole, won the race. So it's back to $7,600, and Bobby Labonte will win it if he can come out on top.
Terry Labonte last October, I think this is the same car he won with. It was very, very fast then, and it seems to be the same again this spring.
Here's the record that Terry has established at this track. 38 starts, 2 wins, 10 top 5s, and 18 top 10s.
Jeff Gordon wants by his teammate. Look, he's pulling over. He's saying to Bobby Labonte, let's go. Come on, hook up with me. Let's go. Now let's go to the outside. Come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby. And Gordon's going to try to go. Who's Bobby?
He is going by himself, Benny.
But will those brothers help each other, or will they help Jeff Gordon? Now, Dale Jarrett's going to come on the outside. He'll help Jeff Gordon.
Wow, so positions are being shuffled here now. Jarrett joins the bottom line and leaves Gordon hung out. And look how close Jimmy Spencer is drafting on Bobby Labonte.
Jeff wanted to go, but he couldn't get anybody to go with him. He goes from 2nd back to 5th. Now here goes Jarrett trying to get on the inside of Spencer.
And will Gordon help him? Almost touched in the backstretch. And now we may see these 3 cars lose the draft here as the Labonte guys, brothers, pull away.
Very close between Jarrett and Gordon.
Very.
And Gordon backs up, gets behind Jarrett. 6.5 laps.
Terry and Bobby, 1st and 2nd. The best finish Terry has had this year. He's finished 6th on 2 different occasions, most recently at Texas. Bobby Labonte, of course, won at Atlanta.
Gordon can't seem to catch up. Is he in danger of losing the draft? Gordon is dropping back.
It seems like he might.
He's a half second behind the leaders. and those four pretty close together. Gordon may lose the draft.
By the way, the number 3 car has been black flagged and is out of the race, ending a 53 race streak in which it was running at the conclusion of the race. And Geoff, it looks like Benny is losing the draft.
Well, he's about the same as he was. If he can just get these guys in front to race a little bit, he can catch up. As long as they stay in line, he might be in trouble.
Jack Arute has more from the pit area.
Benny, that's actually the exact discussion that he and Ray Evernham are having right now, where Ray heard on the radio from Geoff, hey, I've lost the draft. Ray went back and said, look, they'll start dicing it up soon. Just be patient.
He's 1 second back now. He's losing about 0.2 of a second per lap.
Terry Labonte's best finish this year was second at Bristol, not at Texas. He was second at Bristol. Can he hold on and record his first win of 1998? And the crew members watch these last few laps.
All these pit crews have satellite dishes on their toolbox. They all watch the race along with us.
This will complete lap number 184. There are 4 more laps to go.
Geoff Gordon is now a little over a second and a quarter back. Once again, about 0.2 of a second per lap.
Last fall, Terry Labonte won this race. Bobby finished second. That's exactly the way they're running now as we get down to it. But 2 Fords are right behind them. Will they be teaming up before the checkered flag?
Good afternoon,
Jimmy Spencer's best finish so far this year has been at Rockingham. He was 4th, so he has his best run of the year going. There's the second group of cars that we've been keeping our eye on. Kenny Wallace, Ward Burton, and Sterling Marlin.
These guys are running 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. They are about 7 seconds behind the lead pack. Those 4 cars there.
They pass by Mark
Must
Martin,
be a steamy
who is
day
now
for the
8
pitcher to be
laps
so
down
washed
in
out.
23rd position. Joe Gibbs, the coach, looks on. His driver is running second.
Here comes Labonte crossing the line, completing another lap. 2 more to go. And Geoff Gordon is now almost 3 seconds behind. As a matter of fact, he might be in jeopardy of that second pack catching him.
2 to go.
Now maybe the time has come to move. Bobby Labonte, he goes high, coming off
clear
turn
it
2. Down the backstretch, Jimmy Spencer moves up behind
Just
him.
for a bit.
They're going to shuffle Terry back, it looks.
Here comes Jarrett.
Last lap.
Got 2 Fords together. The Chevrolet goes back to 4th. Oh, Bobby could be in trouble now. 1 lap to go. A little over 1 lap to go. He's got 2 Fords behind him.
His brother can't keep up.
Here comes the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Bobby Labonte, Jimmy Spencer, Dale Jarrett, and Terry Labonte as they head for the banking in turns 1 and 2 for the final time today. Now we'll watch the Fords. Will they team up? Pontiac has never won a NASCAR Winston Cup restrictor plate race. Now Jimmy Spencer begins to look to the inside of Bobby Labonte as they travel down the backstretch. But he makes no move.
He tried to make a move. He's got the accelerator pedal on the floor. He's just not able to get the momentum the way he needs to. Here he goes diving down to the inside.
Oh, boy.
Jarrett goes for it. No, he can't quite make it.
Bobby blocks the way to the inside. Now Spencer looks high. He looks low once again. Gets down to the apron of the racetrack. Here comes Bobby Labonte. Spencer tries desperately
Oh, boy.
Do it, and Bobby Labonte has won the Die Hard 500.
No more wrecks.
And Jeff Gordon will run fifth spot. Here the teammates battling for the lead, and Rusty Wallace in front of Jeremy.
And he's going to beat Jeremy to the line. And the 91 of Kevin LePage was in that battle. Oh, no, he wasn't. He was a lap down in 14th position.
And Darrell Waltrip missed the wreck. He said he knew he was going to be in the wreck. He missed the wreck and finished 15th today.
Kenny Wallace finished in 7th position. So the race has been run, and Bobby Labonte is the winner. Robin Roberts, we're going to throw it back to you in the wide world of sports.
I got to run an ad break to disable
we'll be
the
back here
pre-rolls
for the winner interview.
Let me do this real quick. And then I'm going to come back with that interview. It'll make it so I won't have to run anything for the rest of the stream. If I run this one. And then I'm gonna have as my outro, I got about a 15-minute video of the town I'm going to. I don't think I've played this one yet for y'all.
You going, Slop?
I think it's a pretty good one.
10 minutes, just wait on us. Sure, hurry. You got 3 hours. Oh, you got 2 hours.
Thinking this is the one I wanted to play.
Okay.
That's not the one. I don't want to play a 32-minute video. That's not the one I want.
Okay.
Thinking I want this one. Okay. I don't really recall watching this one, so we'll just fact check it. Because sometimes people make videos of this town because it's kind of touristy. And they're not really up on the real history. So I'll correct anything that I know. Most of these videos that people do of the town are based on what they've read or whatever, and a lot of times it's correct, a lot of times it's close. But other things I know.
And you're celebrating. You are excited about this one, aren't you?
And I won over a 1.5 mile racetrack. Man, I feel like I've been restricted. So I tell you what, this Interstate Pontiac was awesome all week long, and it just performed flawlessly. And I got to thank Interstate Batteries, Pontiac, Goodyear tires. Heck, we got so many Coca-Cola, South Thrust Bank, got Centos Champion, Ditch Witch, Husqvarna. I mean, you know, it's just been a great day. And Jimmy Maycar and all them guys, they just put together a great race car and just got lucky. And anytime you can finish a restrictor plate race, you got to feel lucky no matter where you finish.
Hey, let's go back to when Jeff Gordon was signaling to you when you guys were running behind your brother. And all of a sudden he's saying, come on with me, come on with me. And you didn't go. Did you know something about this race car?
Well, I knew it was pretty good when we were out front, and I knew that Jimmy Spencer was going to help us. So, you know, whenever we got hooked up together earlier last year, or this year at Daytona, it was fast, and this time here we got together, and he was going to hang with me. So I owe him a big steak next Saturday night at Fontana, so I'm going to cook that for him. But it was just a deal where, you know, I knew I needed to be second when the last lap came down or last time we make a move.
Is my friend
Well, that's
Lori
it from our McDonald's
in the
interview
back
from Victory Lane.
with the white
So
shirt.
let's check in with Jerry Punch and Mr. Excitement.
Indeed, he was Mr. Excitement, Jimmy Spencer, from 22nd to 2nd. And, Jimmy, let's talk about the last 3 laps. First of all, you helped Bobby Labonte make the pass for the lead.
We knew that the Team Winston car wasn't good enough to win this race on its own. There's no question. And you need to make a friend.
Jimmy's
you know?
dad
I made a friend
Ed
Bobby
behind
won at
him.
Daytona for the 500 and helped him get second. And I got second today with him, with all his help, you know, and I really appreciate that. I sort of knew there was going to be no teammates at the end of that race. I mean, I know Gordon and Labonte are teammates, stuff like that, but the team Winston, no bull car. We're out there by ourselves, and we made a deal with Bobby, and it worked out for us.
Last lap, Jimmy, you made a high move, a low move. Looked like you might have a shot going into 3. Did you think you had any shot at getting Bobby Labonte?
Maybe if his carburetor broke or something. You never know, though, Jerry. I mean, I was going to give it everything I had, and you know what I mean? Dale made a run at him there, and he blocked it to the top of the racetrack going into the 3rd turn. And then I shot back to the bottom. And without having a really good run with a guy right on pushing you, it's pretty tough. And I congratulate Bobby LeBlanc and Joe Gibbs. Say hi to my son and daughter at the house, and my mom's home, and my mother-in-law. I never get to say that much on TV, so I appreciate that, and I want to thank the Lord for a safe race.
Indeed we do. Jimmy Spencer finishes 2nd. Dale Jarrett finished 3rd. He's standing by with Bill Weber.
And it's a Coke and a smile for Dale Jarrett. You dodged some heroin moments out there, and that came home with a good finish.
Yeah, we sure did. And, we want to congratulate Bobby Labonte and Jimmy Makar. They had a great day, a great race car. And just thank the Lord that the other guys are okay. You know, we all sit there and wonder when it's going to happen, and I was fortunate enough to be in front of it, but I'm just glad the guys are okay. That's the main thing, is we come out of here and everybody's in one piece, so to speak, and we can go on to the next race and get by here.
Tell me about your day.
It was exciting. I made a wrong move on the very start of the race and worked myself towards the back, and then had to get back towards the front. But my car was awful good. I got a little bit tight there at the end, and you know, maybe I shouldn't have gone to the front, but I felt like I needed to do that and give it a try. But knowing they were going to come back by me, I was hoping I might get in about 3rd, but it's 5th the best I could do. So, but good day for us. We picked up points on all the guys that are in front of us there, and that's what we were here for.
Okay, so a good finish for Dale Jarrett. He comes home with another critical top 5. Bob, let's take a look at the results.
And the yellow arrows indicate the drivers who led a lap. Terry Labonte with the double yellow arrows indicate that he led the most laps. 13 cars were on the lead lap at the finish, and Darrell Waltrip pulled out a 15th place finish.
Kenny Wallace finished 7th.
16.230. Steve Grissom, a good run for him. Michael Waltrip led a lap
with a new
in the big crash, finished back in 21st.
So anyway, that be that. I'm going to shrink this one down. Give you the let's copy this, paste it here in the chat to the Ryan Preece interview with Kenny Wallace that just came out yesterday or the day before, and we're gonna close out with this video. I haven't really watched it, so I don't know if it's goofy or not, but it's of the town we're going to, and it looks like they did it pretty recently, 3 months ago, so it's what we'd be looking at. So yeah, T-minus 3 days, and we're moving the rig to my old camp lot at my friend's house, and let's watch this, and I'll see you later. This is my outro, and I'll raid out afterward if you want to still be here. Love y'all. Send us some traveling grace. Peace. Peace out.
Love Valley, North Carolina.
We're finally riding around.
Yeah, we finally got our horses riding around. There's no pack horses, which is actually something we haven't done in a really long time.
Okay, so who's everyone riding?
I'm riding Danger.
He's been Danger this morning. He bucked twice this morning.
Yeah, good old Hillbilly.
You're riding Hillbilly. Roadwork, and I'm riding the all-powerful Chrome. All right, we're going to try to give you a little tour of town. I'm going to be in the middle or front or wherever I end up.
We don't
this is my scooter. I travel the full length. I normally ride Hillbilly. He's my monster truck. Let's see if we can hit the road. Here we go. Okay, so the other horses are back at the field gaining weight, being lazy. The other two, we got Jeremiah, Good Times, and Fly at the pen still. We didn't think it'd be quite the best decision to bring a bunch of studs into town, especially after they've been cooped up for a couple days. So we decided we're gonna leave them there. This Fitz Corral. Hey, there's Ponder Lane. Ponder Lane. This lady has a really nice outfit, pins and everything in the back. Decent price. Very kind to us. But we're staying just outside of town, over yonder.
Never clucked off.
Yep, your horse buck.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that little. We should get Lucas that little thing. No running.
There's a little chihuahua.
Look, a speed limit I can break. So we've been in Love Valley here probably just coming on a week now. We've been kind of hiding, to be truthful with you. Someone's got to lead. My mule's not liking the trees.
Dad, you got to lead. Continue on, boy. Continue on.
There we go. So mules are not well known for being the best leaders in the whole wide world. That's the lady that was going to let us stay there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What's that place called again? Oh, the old Trail Busters
On the hill there
nice
is
in there.
Daisy's campground. She's a sweet woman.
China, you can come here.
Mm-hmm. There's this place, and that has room and board. And then there's another
Different kind of horsepower. This is where we're moving to in 3 days. I appreciate you hanging out and chit-chatting. I'm planning to sign off shortly and raid out. But I was just doing this for a few of my viewers that know I'm on a journey next week, Wednesday. Take this RV I'm sitting in and move it up to this town that I used to live in. We're going to be north of the city. That's facing north. We're going to be north beyond all those trees, beyond the rodeo, and to the right. So a little bit to the northeast of this location by about a mile.
They're not geared right now for, basically, not geared right now for anything.
Maybe a half mile, not quite a mile.
Miss Keys, bed and breakfast, got a little gift shop, some other things in there. Let me get my reins choked up there in case my little scooter decided to buck me off.
This is an up-and-coming town. It was really bustling in the 1970s. They had like their own Woodstock, and then it became like just a town used for movie sets. It had quite a reputation of being good and evil at many times. I've known the founder of the town and his family for living there. There's only 90 people that actually live there permanently, and I will make 91 and 92 with my son.
Love Valley.
On the left is Shelby's place. It's a little local watering hole. On the right is Moonshine Gifts, but I believe it's closed now. And I used to live out in the apartment in the back of Moonshine Gifts.
Shelby's place is open.
It looks so different. Like this is like a movie set, and the facade looks real rustic. But inside the actual apartments is quite bright and clean and different. It's an illusion. We're a tourist attraction.
This is the tack shop.
Hello. How are you, King the Racer? King the Eye Racer. We're just having a little outro. This little, I think it was like 15 minutes. That little church used to be the jail, for real, when it used to be an established town. It was a little drunk tank. The town had 5 bars.
Okay, so from here it will be.
Oh no. Oh no.
So that one goes to a trail I know. I think you can get to the arena down one of these.
You want to go to the right with a horse, or to the left if you want to go straight down to the
They
road.
got trees and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Just go with your heart.
So yeah, you just pick up.
I'm thinking that way.
That way?
Or that way.
Oh, this way?
Nope.
Old corrals.
That's footpath. You don't want to go that way.
Go this way, Lukey.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go to the bathroom before we get going?
No.
Yeah, they do got rest stops and everything. Okay, we're going in the middle one.
No,
Let's let the bucking horse lead.
don't do it.
That's a brilliant idea.
So this is the Jet Barker Memorial Garden.
Memorial Garden. I wonder if we're supposed to ride horses in here. Oh, look, a windmill.
There it is.
You can't go down there?
Nope.
I can't see nothing, Lucas. Move that big old horse of yours.
The horse is too scared.
I'll lead.
Now I'm going to be, I have a view of that rodeo arena from my front porch, but we're off to the right, about 1 o'clock.
Oh man, okay. I'm in high power mode here. I'm in caution mode. So here's the rodeo grounds.
So now I'll be quiet and let y'all just watch it. And I'll sign out when I'm done.
The valley's been really cool. Man, I got my thing in low gear. Hang on. There we go. Now it should quit shaking as much. Welcome to the fairgrounds. Because I wanted to hear you squeal. Look at all the cool bench seating. So either tomorrow or one of the days.
This is weird because I've only walked down here on foot. I've never taken a horse down there.
Of the founders here.
I mean, it's
we hung out
steps.
with them yesterday. Went to what was the name of that mill we went to? We're gonna do a video on it.
Lenny's Mill.
Lenny's Mill. We went there. He gave us a tour.
I go there a lot. On a hot summer day, we go to the mill and swim. Swim in the waterfalls.
We may be breaking the law.
This is for the people, so let's go. Those are all dirt bleachers. So that's really cool.
Told you so. Footpath for people. Oh yeah, yeah. This is a horse town that was established in 1954. Like a guy wanted to be like a cowboy of the East, you know, like cowboy town in the East, and it's in the mountains of North Carolina. It's a town I lived in from 2013 to 2020. I've lived in that county though for 27 years total. I've just always wanted to live here. I came here for a karaoke contest in 2010 or so, and by 2013 I leased a cabin and lived in various places, whether it have been apartments in the area or rented rooms from people in the area, tended horses. I've lived at places where people have horses that needed tending, and I would just throw my tent up for the duration of whatever and tend horses.
We have a couple more videos coming up about this place.
But I have a little,
Yeah, we do.
a friend has a camp lot, and I'm putting my RV there
Back in the trail.
on Wednesday.
Little rocky.
There was a guy in town called the Mule Man. Now this was
It's like an old trail.
taken, it said, in the last couple months, which looks like this early summer by the poplar trees, the way they look.
Every pile of poop.
There's poop everywhere.
But this is like riding a gosh darn motorcycle. I'm just cruising. I ain't even touched the throttle. What's the top? There we go.
That mule is in all her glory. Look at that
Now, this
walking,
is
or
not the one
him.
trail. They have lots of other trails here. This is just the main one, I believe. They got trails.
They had a lot of heavy rain in the last couple of years that have washed out a lot of the rocks on the trails, and eventually they wear back down.
And it did just rain a lot 2 days ago or so, so I don't know if all these rocks are normally sticking out. I bet you
They come and go.
they get moved and tossed.
It's very
and all that
volcanic
stuff.
up there, and there's a lot of brittle rock.
Nice and quiet and pretty.
There's a lot of gemstones too, a lot of
I'm sure this
quartz.
trail can get lots of people
A little
on it.
stone called Hiddenite over in Hiddenite. They got a gem mine.
Alex is having a blast up there.
This whole area is mostly just red clay.
Now, I gotta bring you guys back
What
and
they
get to
call
something interesting.
schist.
Okay, I'll be honest. The first trail was not that cool.
A little
But
bit
we're
of
starting to
gold,
get back
not
into
much
what you call
content.
North Carolina. And this is starting to get pretty cool.
And this is what my dog loves about this, because I would walk these trails by foot too, because what they're actually going in is in the direction where our home would be. It's just they would be like coming out way beyond where we're going to be staying.
Trying to eat you through all this.
And then we'd have to go all the way around and come back.
I mean, could you imagine not having this? There was a rougher trail we could have took. but
Now there's a
from here,
people called the Love Valley
just so
Horsemen's
fast, we would've left all
Association,
those guys in the distance.
and they are the group that organizes the tending of the trails. Like every spring we'll go out and cut the brush or whatever. I used to always, like, I have
Where that goes.
where I lived, a little part of the trail. So I would
Straight or turn?
cut and groom my own trails all the time. At one house I leased was on one of the trails. Now they've since closed the Snow Creek Trail, so some people bought the land in between and got stupid and blocked it off to horse riders.
Steer trot. You see that mud? That's
I think they wanted something like $5 grand a year to allow people to cross their land, and we're like, come on now.
Cut me off.
Tradition. But regardless,
Scratching my head.
I wasn't sure where they were going with this trail, but this is what it looks like through every trail that I've been on four-wheeler. I've been on foot. I've been on horseback to some of them. I have not rode this one on horseback. I rode the lower one.
This is red clay mud. This is gross.
Off of Bacon Road.
Yeah, chrome will be orange. His feet, I guarantee you.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm going to have to get used to again is everything is red. No joke, there's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to pull all my white carpets out of here eventually and have to put a different color. I may put tile if I get this settled.
Give him his head.
And use area rugs because you buy people up there put rust-colored rugs in their homes. Put it that way. You don't want to be in the gray scale like the grays. You want to stay in the reds and the golds and the browns.
This place could really be something really amazing.
Could really be something amazing.
The trails are already awesome. They work on
but they're
fixing them up
private.
and stuff.
They're private landowners, and the Love Valley Horsemen's Association has permission to use them. Has for years. There's 700 miles of trails. Or was. You know, like I said, greedy landowners come in and put fences and be stupid.
I think this is the trail that turned. I think we're going back the way we came.
My goal is to maybe reopen the creek trail. If I can get my hands back on my leased property that I apparently have a claim in still because they want me to sign off a deed. I'll see what I can do. I'll open the creek trail again.
Now this is what I was expecting of these trails. This is exactly it. Fighting trees and stuff the whole way. It's just a bunch of fun.
It smells so good out here and fresh.
That's true. I have never been so looking forward to breathing air that doesn't have exhaust. I have so much car exhaust here in the Daytona area, right near 95. In fact, we made a trip down to Daytona this weekend. I told my son I was getting nauseous. He had to change like to recycle or something because we didn't even realize. Like I started getting all lightheaded from the car exhaust. So I'm looking forward to getting a little bit of a lung cleaning up there.
I'll bring you guys back if anything else cool.
I do have to come back.
I think we're gonna get spit
Back down to Florida and make a trip with Dad in the first week of October.
But alright, see you guys in a minute. Bye.
Alright, that was that. I mean, I have other things. This is what, when they walk by the Misfit Corral, it looked like just a boarded up old building. This is what it's like inside. See, everything's an illusion. So this is the type of stuff that goes on in town all the time. Alright, so I'm going to read out, guys. Love y'all. Thank you for stopping by.